Yes, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you are in the world, it is match day again. And it feels a strange match day today, doesn't it? It's almost like this kind of belief within a lot of the fan base that it's okay. We've won our first three. It's okay. We can relax a little bit. And I suppose there is a bit of that. Um, Also, I don't know about you guys, and welcome to every single one of you. I don't know about you guys and girls. I always find it really difficult to get up for the Europa League games until I see the lineups. It's probably the same with the League Cup games. I feel like I want to see the teams, both teams. I want to see the Galatasaray team and I want to see the Tottenham team. And first and foremost, let me apologise. For some reason, I could not get the size of the logo for Galatasaray right at all. And it's kind of like I've got half a logo. I'm sure none of you care, but for me, I'm just looking at it going, oh, I'm really annoyed that it's not quite stretched out. But good day to each and every one of you. I hope you're enjoying your Thursday. And look, Tottenham have played won three in the groups. I suppose there is a little bit of well, look, we've won three. If we were to drop a game or slip up, it's not the end of the world. And of course, it's not the end of the world. I mean, look, I think we're going to qualify with flying colours through this. For me, I think this is more about a momentum thing. I'm not saying we necessarily have to win tonight, but the momentum, just not losing. Obviously, you don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to concede 4 or 5 goals. And it's the same with everything. Games like this where you will probably see Bergvall, we'll probably see Archie Gray. We're probably going to see Lancashire at some point. That's what these games can be good for. Listen, it's a tough environment. Galatasaray, listen, whether or not they're the greatest team in the world, we can debate that. Obviously, we know they're not, but we can debate how good they are as a club. But away from home, nobody really wants to go and play Galatasaray. None of the big clubs want to play there. It is a very, very tough place to go and play. And they famously had the banner, didn't they, back in 2003, 2004, saying welcome to hell. And listen, I don't think it's probably going to quite be like that tonight. But look, let's see, shall we? Big up to everyone. Big up to Ben Kaufman, as always, saying, evening, everyone. I'm heading to the mothership right now, full of mince pies. He's going to the mothership. Ben is going to We Are Tottenham TV. So big up, enjoy your time there. Big up to Paul Naps. Am I still flip-flopping on Ange? I don't think I've ever flip-flopped on Ange, have I? I'm not sure. You must be new to this channel. I don't flip-flop. So, as I've said, Ange hasn't 100% convinced me in any way, shape or form. I need to see consistency. I can't keep saying that, can I? Surely you're bored of hearing me say it and bored of your silly little lies. Who have we got inside the chat today? Big up to Vinny Rowley. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Tony Rodriguez, Sue Smith. Say, hope to join you tonight, Sav. Just really poorly. Listen, I know I had it a couple of weeks ago. I hope you kick its ass and I hope you manage to enjoy the game in some way, shape or form. We've got Ryan G in the house. We've got Anthony Clark in the house. I'm fresh off the back of your loss last night. Yeah, interesting. The Arsenal fan channels, it almost feels like, Anthony, tell me if I'm wrong, it feels like your fans are kind of getting back to the AFTV days of when Wenger had been there for a long time and it was someone to keep him, someone to get rid of him. So we'll all watch on with eager eyes on that one. Good evening to Mark Kirk. How you doing, brother? I really hope you are well. Good evening to another Mark. This time it's Mark Taylor. How you doing? Afternoon to you as well. What the F is Ange, boy? I love that. Is that you in the picture? Big up to you, whatever your name is. Big up to you. Adam Jones, good evening to you as well. Finn saying a point would be a great result. I agree. I think a point would be a very good result. Just don't get smashed. But hang on. Before I say that, I want to see the teams, right? I'm not saying, oh, we're going to get smashed. I want to see the teams. Happy birthday to Jason Scopes. Happy birthday, my man. Hope you're younger than me. He says it's his birthday. So a win for me would be the icing on the cake. Well, listen, enjoy your day. I hope you've been spoilt rotten and happy birthday to you, my friend. Big up to Harry Ewing. Big up to Paul 123. And Zigzag Nemesis has said 16-year-old Luca Williams-Barnett. Yeah, lots of noise about him. Lots of noise about Luca Williams-Barnett. People that have seen him have said he's very, very good. Still very young. It's a very young age, isn't it? But interesting to see if he gets any minutes. Matt Watson said, yeah, as we have to rotate, don't think we'll be able to hand it out there. Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. I'm intrigued more than anything to see what the back four is. I think moving forward and that will be okay, but I want to see what the back four is tonight. Tipsy Tottenham, Topman. Sorry, Top. I'll get this right in a second. Topsy Top Man. I said, I've never seen that wonder kid Luca play. So I say start him immediately. Yeah, get him in. Get him in. Who cares how good he is? Get him in. We'll do to him what we've done to Mikey Moore and tell the world that he's the greatest player that's ever played football. Big up to Jeff. How you doing, man? I hope you are well. Zigzag Nemesis said, last time we went to Turkey in the Europa League, we shit ourselves against Besiktas away. It was such a poor performance. Let's hope we don't have a repeat. Yeah, obviously different opposition, different teams, you know, but yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting game tonight. Absolutely. Credit to the fans. I think they're crazy, but credit to them. As always, credit to all the away support. Hang on. Who's messaging me? No, that's not what I wanted. Thunder Road has said, yeah, welcome to hell. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to hell indeed. But we'll see. Let's see what it's all about tonight. Billy said, haven't seen you on the terrace for a while. I just don't go on there anymore. Listen, great. I think what Terry's done is brilliant. He's built a brand. He's very successful, very knowledgeable. It's just those types of panel shows aren't for me. I want conversation where everyone's not just biased about their own club. It's not just his channel. I think so many of these panel shows now, it just gets a bit silly. I see Spurs fans going on there and saying silly things, and it's just not for me. But big up to all the content creators out there. Nicola has said, not winning tonight isn't the end of the world, but we can't lose tonight. Yeah, I think that's the important thing. We don't want to lose. It all starts to become a bit bunched up, as we saw last night in the Champions League, where you have 36 team groups. You know, we have 36 team league tables, so to speak. You know, one win can see you go from 20th to 8th in a game. So it's going to be interesting, but we don't want to see any slip-ups. Big up to Brian Daigle in the country. He doesn't want to be with us. He wants to be with We Are Tottenham TV. We see where his priorities lie. Big up, Brian. I'm just kidding. Love you to bits, man. Hope your flight was safe. And yeah, listen, I'll catch up with you soon. Big up, Rob. I will probably forget that in the meantime, every time I call you what the F is. But big up to you, Rob. Hope you're well. Thunder Road said 16 is an interesting age. Too old for Jimmy, wasn't it? That's the last joke I'll make on that front. Scott, I said big up. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Scott, as well. Big up to Musings of a Football Fan. Absolutely. Smash the likes. You know, I can't believe we have to say this every time. Look, I don't ask for super chats. If I get them, wonderful. If I don't, I don't. But smashing the likes should be a nice, simple thing to do. We've only got 40, and there's 130 of you in it, and it is growing. Timmy L said, I want to win this match in hell tonight. Mix a match instead of full rotation. Yeah, I don't think we've got the players to do a full rotation anyway, if I'm honest. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. And it's mad to say I'll take a draw. Yes, it is. By the way, over the next hour or so, next hour and a half, going to have a few different YouTubers popping in, popping out. And then when I do the watch along, I'll do it by myself. I don't like doing the watch along with other people. It just gets all a bit murky and everyone's talking over each other. 33 minutes until it's Archie Gray's fault. Well, we know he'll be playing tonight. I guess the question is where. If he plays at centre half, it's going to be a tough game depending on Galatasaray's forwards, right? The likes of the likes of Osman, Icardi. You know, they've got some decent players, haven't they? Mark Cook has said, in a way, Savva, if he plays a few youngsters in the cauldron that is Galatasaray, it may stand them in good stead. Absolutely. Let's see how they get on. Let's see how good they are. The football terrorists. No, listen. I don't want to talk about other channels like this. Everyone's doing their own journey. All right. Everyone's doing their own journey. Just listen. He's built a great product and listen, it is what it is. Destiny 5 said, afternoon, Savva. And the chat, big up to you. Acid Twinner said, Spurs King, what's your channel? I don't think is that for me? What do you mean? Spurs King? Is that for me? I don't know what you mean by that. Big up, Lookman. How you doing? Sorry, I don't ever call you that. Big up, Eugene. Hope you're well. Hope you are not sitting in a 400-mile traffic jam like you were at the weekend. And also get well soon to Stel, who's got COVID. Let me just message him back. Oh, God, yeah, he's doing the rounds. It's doing the rounds. So listen, get better soon, Stel. Hope you kick its ass. It's a real nasty one, that. Big up to MZ Kelsey in the house. Hope you are well. Good evening to is it evening? What time does it become evening? It's 20 past 4 where I am. Is that evening? Well, good evening, good afternoon, Daniela. Hope you're well. So I can't believe what I'm hearing. We should have the mindset of winning every game. Yes, I agree. I'm just saying we're not going to win every game. And depending on the team we put out, depends whether we can win the game. I don't think, listen, I'm not saying we shouldn't win every game, but it all depends on the teams that we put out there, right? Ange is angry. Daniel Coy said a draw away in Istanbul is not a bad result. Look, let's see the team lineups. Let's see the team lineup, shall we, before we worry about that. And they'll be out in the next 20 minutes, maybe. The next 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Ethan Bates, good evening, buddy. So for me, this is the hardest game of our league phase. So as long as we perform well, context included, I believe this is one where we can afford to drop points. Look, agreed. It's a tough game. It's definitely on paper the toughest game in the group. Let's see. As I keep saying this, and apologies for sounding like a broken record. At the end of the day, it's all about what lineups are put out there, right? That's why when people go, "Do you think we'll win? What will the score be?" I've got no idea. With Premier League games, you kind of know what the team's going to be. Change your name by Depot. I think that would be great. I think that'd be excellent. Big up to Travis, who's just said, "Come on, you Spurs," as always. Nige Pure Coys, big up, mate. How was your date? Is what we all want to know. Nige, going on a date last night. I would like to know how it went. Big up. I'm not expecting much tonight, but I am expecting our experienced players not to crumble. Time to stand up. Big up to you, Nige, you stud muffin. Matt Watson said our players wilt at Palace and Brighton. And you think the reserves are going to go there and get anything? Well, Matt, again, I can't keep saying it. We'll see, right? Let's see what the team has put out. Tony Rodriguez, good evening to you, my friend. Acid Twin said Spurs King, QA, Savva, he is a legend. Oh, right, okay, I see what you mean. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Gus Parker said, afternoon, Savva. Osman scores, of course, in a 1 or 2-0 win. In the scheme of things, not too important, though. I mean, look, we don't look. First of all, we don't know whether or not Osman's going to be playing today. He has played a lot of the games. Let's see. Again, I think we'll have a much more in-depth conversation once the teams are announced. Musings said, if we fielded a full-strength team, I would say yes. I expect us to win. Knowing that, we'll play a weakened side. I'll take a draw, but still want the win, of course. Yes, I mean, look, even with a full-strength team, look, we do lose away a lot. We aren't very good away. So we'll see. We'll see. The Hitman, you love me not as much as you don't like winning trophies. But hey, big up to you, my man. And always remember that you didn't want to win a trophy. Big up to you. I am never, ever going to forget that. Don't worry about that. But on a serious note, hope you're well and looking forward to the game, my friend. HMQ said a proper game, this one. Well, look, I felt like so far the 3 games we've had in the Europa League have been gimmies, right? I feel like, we're not getting a lot from those games. The performances have been hit and miss, but the games we're expected to win tonight against Galatasaray is, of course, a lot more difficult. Tony has said it's all about winning. Absolutely. It always is about the winning. Mark Cook said, Savva, with who's available, would you be going strong? I feel like we're playing. Yes. For me, yes. I don't get this notion constantly that players can't play 2 times in a week. Like, I don't get it, right? So for me, I would go strong. We can always sit there and go, but what if a player gets injured? Players could get injured walking up their staircase. Players get injured in training. I think if you live by that rule, you're always going to be, chopping and changing. Topsy top, man. Said better lose today than the Ipswich on Sunday. I can't take another loss just before an international break. Yeah, look, I can't see any way in which we don't beat Ipswich. I just can't. Away, I might be having a different conversation. At home, I just can't see how we don't smash them. I really do. I think the run of games after that is going to be telling. But we'll see. We'll see. The Hitman said, I saw Lloris's comments. We're going to talk about this in a bit. Gifting the team watches for the Champions League final. Listen, I told you it's never been about winning. It's never been about winning. But we'll see. We'll see. Where are we? Daniel Coys has said, has he really got a choice but to go for our usual front three? Everyone else is missing on the left other than Sonny. Johnson probably plays on the right with Lancashire start ahead of Solanke. Well, look, let's see how good Lancashire is if he plays. Let's see. I'm going to bring in Dan. How we doing, bro? How we doing? You good?
Hi, Savva. How are you, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Let me know if I'm too dark. I like it quite dark with a tiny bit of light on me. But let me know if you feel you need to see more of my good-looking.
Oh no, you're very clear. Face. You're very clear. Very clear.
Good.
And I love your.
That's the polite way.
Your sign in the background's great. Is that new?
It is new, yeah, and I've managed to get it so that no one can see the wire as well. You don't want to see what it looks like past that on the wall. It's a monstrosity, but it looks all right. Welcome to the show, Dan. By the way, again, people, if you haven't subscribed to Dan, thank you to all those that did last week when he came on. If one of my mods would be so kind, I've got brilliant mods, so please put the link to Dan's channel in the in the chat, and of course it's Spurs Danalist. So please put his link in there, and if you would subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. Just before we move on, Olmo has said, "Bro, I'm sat in hospital watching you. Thursday sorted." Well, listen, I hope it's not too serious. Hopefully it's not the fact that you're on your phone watching this when you're in hospital. Don't show the other patients. It will make them even more ill. But thank you very much for the super chat. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and hopefully you enjoy the football tonight. So big up to you. And then a user always says, we may end up eating baklava. Come on, team. Come on, you Spurs. Yes, baklava. One of my favorite desserts is a baklava. Dan, welcome. Look, it's an interesting one tonight because on paper, I think people have got it right. This is the toughest group game group game. This is the toughest of our 8 games. But the fact that we've had 3 wins from 3, the pressure is, I'm not saying don't go out to win it, but it's not a must win. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we lose and it's the end of the world. The world is going to fall down on us. How do you see it?
Yeah, first of all, big up to everybody in the chat. I hope everyone's keeping well. And it's lovely to be on with you, Savva. Yeah, the game for me, I mean, before today, I was thinking like you, if we lose it, it's not the end of the world. But then I was been listening to some people's predicted lineups today, and we're actually going to go quite strong, other than maybe Lancashire up top and Archie Gray left back. I mean, it's still a pretty decent side, so we should be competitive. I don't know how the game's going to go because Galatasaray have got a good record this season, especially at home. So, look, we'll see.
Well, let's have a look at Galatasaray. If I could say their name right, that might even help. Let's have a look at Galatasaray, shall we? So Galatasaray, in their last game. So their last game they beat Besiktas at home. Before that, they won 4-3 at home to Elfsborg in this competition. And if we look at the lineup that they put out in that game, Osman and Icardi in a front 2. So they went strong. The likes of Dries Mertens played, Atkin played, Luca Torreira, Gabriel Sara, the man mountain that is Davinson Sanchez played at centre-half. So it looks like they have been going strong. Look, they've not lost for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've not lost for 11 games. Right, here we go. So their only defeats in 15. They've lost 2 in 15. And that was back-to-back defeats to young boys in the Champions League qualifiers. So the level of the league, level of competition. But, they haven't lost for a very, very long time. It would be nice to go out there and be the team that beats them, right?
Oh, definitely. Oh, what I mean, it's a good test, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it's a test for the young players, but I think it's also a test for our first teamers. Don't
I
you
agree.
think, Savva? It's a
I agree.
test for everybody. It's a test for Ange. It's a test for the players, and it's quite a fascinating watch. Everybody says that stadium's a scary place to go. So, look, we'll see what the atmosphere is like. It's going to be, it's going to be a really fascinating match.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And by the way, big up, honestly, Olmo, just get yourself better. You don't have to put in super chats, my friend. But he said, ignore the hate, bro. You're a top man and God bless. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And then he's followed it up by saying, bro, you don't care about super chats. You deserve it. Yeah, listen, do you know what I always think? I don't ever want to be that YouTuber asking for super chats. I think if people put it in, it's because they want to. And I let them do that, So look, but thank you very much. Godspeed to you as well. And I hope you get better. So thank you so much, Olmo. That is very much appreciated. Yeah, Dan, it's interesting because hang on. I've just seen, I love this. I love it. We've got Harry that said 2-0 Spurs. You need to put respect on Solanke, Savva. Is that two different things? If we said 2-0 Spurs is your prediction, okay, you need to put respect on Solanke. Okay. I mean, I don't know what Dan, you've only just started doing YouTube in the last 6 months or so, right?
Yeah.
But one thing you'll work out very quickly, and sorry, not teaching you to suck eggs here, is people really want to force you to have an opinion that you don't have. Like I've said, Solanke's okay. I don't mind Solanke, but for the strikers I've seen down the years at Spurs, no one's going to sit here and make me go, oh my God, he's amazing. People like Harry, they want you to do that. It's a bit mad, right? Like surely having seen Solanke for the last 10 years, I can turn around and say, okay, well, he's all right, but I'm not 100% convinced because he's never really done it. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair, and obviously, it sounds like Harry's a big fan of Solanke,
Sure.
and he's backing him, and that's totally okay. Like I think what you say, Savva, you're right, is that people shouldn't push on things to each other. We've got our own thoughts on players, all sort of managers, and that's just how we think and feel, and that's okay. Harry's bigging up Solanke, and that's fine, but. Look, Solanke, he had a good game the other day, didn't he? It was he took his goals, 2 goals well, and I've said give praise when praise is due. And now the challenge for Solanke is for him to keep that going, and it'll be really good as well if he can grab some goals away from home because that's where we're struggling a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, listen, I always say to myself, Dan, and I think, in our WhatsApp conversation this morning, believe it or not, I'm quite a confident human being. I'm really assured in my own opinions, right? Like I don't feel like I need other people to agree with them. So if I turn around and go, okay, I don't mind Solanke, I don't need you, for example, to have the exact same opinion as me. I don't need to go, no, but you can't like him. You must think he's average. You must. I'm not doing any of that. That's my opinion, is that for me, I think he's okay. Is he the player I think that's going to take you from here to there? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but we'll see. Olmo was saying Solanke is a bang average. Ash Lewis has said respect on Solanke. Who is he? What has he done? Nothing. Yeah, I mean, look, Dan, I think when it comes to this, it's a case of I think it's a case of the moment a player pulls on a Spurs shirt, we rate them better than they actually are. Like, for example, if Dominic Solanke had signed for, I don't know, Brighton, would we all be sitting there going, God, that's a top player. We should have gone and got him. We missed out on him. Or would we be going, oh, that's probably a Brighton level player? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely know what you mean. Solanke, and we had this conversation a few weeks back that he was a signing who came in and we weren't wowed by it, were we, Savva? We weren't wowed, but we understood it. We understood it. They obviously the club have looked at his performances last season where he got quite a lot of goals, but that was his first season really where he made a difference. That was his best goal scoring season in the Premier League. So he is not. I wouldn't say he's a proven Premier League striker yet. For him to be
Okay.
proven, he's got to be doing it season in and season out. And
Yeah.
for him, he has a massive opportunity at Spurs to do that. You know, we are a good team. We have good players. He's in an environment where he should thrive. You know, so look, good luck to him. But again, I'm not getting carried away yet until I've seen him score regularly. So just being grounded again.
I just feel it's so interesting. Like nowadays, it's not enough to say a player's okay, or it's not enough to say a player's good or a player's very good. You have to. It has to be so overhyped. You know, it has to, like I remember before the days of social media and that. You know, when we was in the pub talking football before all YouTube and that started, if someone said, "Oh, I like him. He's a good player," not one part of me went, "Good. He's great. He's world class. Like him. You've got to like my opinion." We just went, yeah, he is. He's a really good player, isn't he? Nowadays on the internet, it's like last night when I was talking to that Arsenal fan and I said, look, I think Bukayo Saka is a very good footballer. I just don't think there's anything about him that I go, oh, world class. I don't watch him and I'm not wowed. Good player, but I'm not wowed. People want it, but look at his numbers, but look at this, look at that. And it's like, cool, but why does everyone have to be shit or amazing? Like, there's some levels.
So I just think people love to talk about that sort of thing. They like to say, for example, you're an Arsenal fan and you're a big fan of Saka. Certain people big them up and they say they're world class. And again, that's their opinion, isn't it? But I get what you mean. You know, if you really, really deep it, Saka is a good player. And he performs year in, year out for Arsenal, but he's not world class, is he? He's not. And come on, like we have to be sensible with not accusations, but
sensible doesn't seem to exist in YouTube chat rooms. I'm trying to make mine sensible. I've got a lot of very sensible people, but every now and then someone comes in and says something and you go, oh God, like just stop forcing it. Stop forcing this. Look, let's have a look. Let's talk about the back line tonight. Now, look, the team hasn't been announced yet. I'm guessing the team's going to be out in the next 10 minutes or so because we kick off in. The team is out. I have lied. The team is out. The team is this. It is Forster in goal, Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Davis, and Gray, Bergvall, Basuma, and Maddison, with Johnson, Son, and Lancashire. Johnson, Son, and Lancashire starts up top. So a bit of a mixed bag. You've got a lot of first teamers there, though. Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Basuma, Maddison, Johnson, Son. There's a lot of experience. Then mixed in with and Forster. I mean, he's a very experienced player. And then you've got a couple of young. You've got the three kids in Lancashire, Bergvall, and Gray. First question I'm going to ask you. Oh, sorry. By the way, the bench looks like it's everybody and anybody. Vicario, Austin, Adogi, Dorrington, Bentancur, Sarr, Kulusevski, Casanova, Ulusesi, Williams, Barnett, and Solanke. So a lot of players on the bench there. The first question I'm going to ask you is, do you think you're going to see Gray at left back or centre back, and obviously vice versa with Davis? Because Porro will be right back, Dragusin centre half. Which way round is he going to do Davis and Gray for you?
I mean, what I've heard today, that Gray is going to go left back and Davis is going to be centre back. That's what I heard, but maybe we're wrong. What do you think, Savva?
Do you know what? I don't know. Look, I mean, first of all, I don't think Archie Gray is a centre back. I mean, look, he's not a left back. I don't think Archie Gray's a defender, full stop. I guess the question is, do you want Ben Davis? He's been linking up quite well in the last few games at centre half with Dragusin.
Yeah.
Do you want to break that up? Or where do you want to put the weak link in that back four? Sorry, it is Archie Gray. Do you want to put him in the middle of the defence, or do you want him out wide on the left, where there's still a chance if something goes wrong, the ball's still got to come in the box? These are the questions that we have to answer, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you don't really want him in defence, especially not left back. I mean, we've been kind of complaining that he's been playing right back, and now to put him left back. I mean, the poor guy, the poor kid. I mean, I thought we brought him in for a midfield cover,
Yeah.
and he was that kind of player, kind of a more defensive-minded midfielder who could get up and down. But look, it's going to be tough for him, isn't he, out there tonight, especially at left back. If that's what Ange does.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's going to be really, I think it's going to be really, really interesting just to see what they do. I mean, I can't see in any way that it would be sensible to remove Pedro Porro from where he plays. We know Radu Dragusin's not going to play left back because Radu Dragusin is the only out and out centre half in the squad tonight, other than Dorrington. Ben Davis is a left back by trade who's kind of come inside in his career. But it's going to be really, really interesting, isn't it, to see to see what we do at the back. And then I'm trying to find the Galatasaray team because depending on what Galatasaray do, they tend to play a 4-4-2, which means that teams in a 4-4-2 get the ball out wide, right? It's what they get the ball out wide. Yeah. They want to deliver balls into what is normally Icardi and Osserman. So it'll be interesting to see again, how does Archie Gray fare against a winger that is an actual winger that wants to beat a man, and that's going to be really interesting for me. But you're right, I feel for him. I do feel for the lad.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. There's no denying that. It's going to be really, really tough for him. It makes you think, doesn't it, Savva, that you do have another young centre back on the bench in Dorrington.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have shifted Davis out to the left. For me, that kind of is more, was it square pegs in, that I was saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sorry, I'm just looking at the team. I'm just looking at the Galatasaray team, and they have got both Victor Osimhen and Mauro Icardi playing. And obviously Icardi is an extremely experienced player, the likes of Sampdoria and Inter Milan and PSG. You've got Victor Osimhen, who has scored bundles of goals over the last 2-3 seasons. He's got 4 and 5 league games in European competition. He hasn't scored yet in the Europa League, which is a bad omen. They've then got people like, you've got Dries Mertens in the team as well. You've got Baris Yilmaz, who's a good player in there for them as well. And then it looks like the midfield two for them is going to be the ex-Arsenal player, Lucas Torreira, and also Gabriel Sara, who's a good player. He was at Norwich. Last year. He got 25 goal contributions actually from midfield for Norwich. Wow. And this year he's already got 7 goal contributions in 9 games for Galatasaray. So somebody to keep an eye on. But it's going to be a very interesting matchup, right? What do you make of them starting Osimhen and Icardi in this game?
On paper, it looks scary, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know about Icardi. I don't know what his form has been like in the last couple of seasons. I can't say I've followed him. Savva, do you know his performances? Is he still
I've always
top?
got it on my fingertips, Dan. I've always got it on my fingertips.
Yeah, it'll be good to look at that because that will help us decide really, is he that player that he used to be?
Well, last year, I mean, this is league. Last year, he got 25 in 34 in the league. The year before that, he got 22 in 24 in the league.
For Galatasaray? Both.
Yeah, for Galatasaray.
Yeah. He's
got 4 in the 7 this year in the league. And then in Europe this year, he's got 2 in 3. So I mean, I don't think you lose it, right? I think if you score goals, you score goals.
Yeah, you do.
It's going to be interesting because as I said, it's going to be a 4-4-2, and it could be a real mismatch of our tactic versus their tactics are going to be really different, right?
Oh, it's worrying me a bit, Savva. It is worrying me, especially they're at home. They're in a bit of form. They've got some quality. We've got Archie Gray at left back. What does it sound like to you, Savva? It sounds like it's going to be a bit of a difficult night.
Look, it could be. Look, let's see. For me, this is what I want to see. I keep saying it about I want to see when things get tough and you're away from home, do we stand up? Can we stand up and be counted? Because yes, there are players not playing tonight, but there's enough out there on that pitch, right? Everyone's been raving about Gray and about Bergvall. Well, they're both in the team tonight. Yeah, there's no excuses. Maddison's an England international, right? Maddison's an experienced player. Basuma's a very experienced player. Dragosin, Ben Davis, Porro, Son, Johnson. These are experienced footballers. So let's see what we're made of. And for me, if there's anything about us, at a bare minimum, don't lose the game. At a bare minimum, just don't lose the game. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. Coming away with a draw that's a very good result. Especially we haven't got our best team starting. If we can get away with a draw, I'll be very happy, very, very happy with that. But I think also, Savva, with this game, it's win, lose or draw. It'll be good to see us play well and put on a bit of a show for the fans, show that we're up for these type of games in Europe. So that's how I'm seeing it. It's like it'll be good for us to play well and do our best to win the game when we have got a lot of first team players starting. And look, it shouldn't be a walkover for Galatasaray. It should be quite tight, quite competitive. Obviously there were some worries with Gray at left back and Davis, our centre back. But look, let's see what happens. But to predict it, I don't think I could.
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, listen, when we play these teams in the Europa League, it's so difficult to turn around. Like when we're playing Ipswich and we're playing Villa and we're playing all these teams in our country, we know everything about them. We know all their results. We know all their games. We've watched them all. When we play these sort of games, it's really difficult to go, 3-1. Like, I don't know. Are Galatasaray going to come out and let's look at this, shall we? Here is the sorry, bear with me 1 second. I love this notion that I'm going to hate it if we win a game. I don't know where this comes from, Dan. Just the 40 years of supporting Spurs, but apparently I want them to lose week in, week out. Just madness. Let's have a look at this screen, shall we? I didn't mean to do that. What an idiot. Let's share this screen. So here is the Europa League table, Dan. Here is the Europa League. Hello, whoever that is. Hello. Little YouTubers running around. Hang on. Let's put to the side. There we go. Nope. Let's do. I'm having an absolute mare. Right. So if we have a look at the table there, we can see that both Spurs and Galatasaray, we're both up there. I would almost go as far to say that I think both will qualify comfortably. Would a draw suit both teams? It would put us onto 10, meaning that the minimum we could be at the end of the night would be, kind of joint second. And Galatasaray, a draw for them keeps them right up there as well. So would a draw be the worst result for both teams?
No, it wouldn't be the worst result. But I think those Galatasaray fans are, you got English Premier League club coming to Turkey. They're going to want to put on a performance for their fans. And it's a big game, isn't it? I mean, when you think about it from that perspective, Savva, with Galatasaray, what do you think their attitude and approach will be? Do you think what I just said, that they will see this as a big game? Look, we're not Man City, we're not Liverpool, but it's still a Premier League team going over to Turkey to play in their stadium. What's your view on it? What do you think their approach is going to be and their kind of attitude around it?
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not going to want to be embarrassed, are they?
No.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a case of, look, here's a team from the Premier League. Premier League fans, Premier League clubs tend to have that little bit of arrogance about them that, the Premier League's the best, nothing else can touch it. And teams normally tend to raise their game when they face the Premier League clubs. Yeah. Look, they've got some good players out there. What we do know about them, though, is they're not the greatest at the back. Now, I'm not saying that purely because Davinson Sanchez starts tonight, which he does, by the way. But, we've seen even in this competition, Dan, they have played 3. They've scored 9, which I believe is the most in the competition. They've scored 9 along with Lazio. But they've conceded 6, which is the most goals of any team in the top 13. So it looks like they're free scoring, but very loose at the back, which could mean a very fun game for all of us, right?
Yeah. Look, I mean, any team that we come up against, if they give us some space, this is what we love. Spurs love space, don't they? They absolutely love it. And it could be a back and forth game. We could see a few goals tonight. 2-2, maybe 3-3, possibly.
Absolutely. I mean, look. Let's talk about a few players that are playing that have been given their chance. I'm bored of talking about Archie Gray. So look, let's talk about Bergvall. Bergvall is another one that's come in. I think the fans automatically in the summer, again, we put these players on pedestals, right? Don't we? Straight away. One of the best young players in the world. He struggled for game time. He struggled for minutes. When he has played, I think the only way I could say this is, I don't think he's played badly, but I think he's played like he is a young player that hasn't proved anything in the game yet. Yeah. But a big start today in a tough environment. But he has got the experience of Yves Bissouma next to him. So what do you make about Lucas Bergvall?
We haven't seen enough of him, have we? To be fair, we haven't. He's come on a few times or sub. I'm thinking of the game against Coventry. He struggled. Who else did he play against, Savva? I don't think he's even played.
He played the Europa League games, right? And he was unlucky that he got taken off in the game where Dragosin got a red card.
Yeah.
He played in Ferencváros, and I thought he was. I don't know. I felt like he gave the ball away a lot, which is to be expected, right? You know, he's a young midfielder trying to make a lot of passes. You are going to give the ball away a lot. I don't know what I make of him. I mean, every now and then you see a really good pass from him. You know, he's got that vision. You can see it. You can see he's got the good technical ability in his feet. But I think another one for me, that if I'd had it my way, Dan, I would have had him out on loan, playing week in, week out, getting minutes in his legs.
He's very raw. Very, very raw. That we saw all the clips for when he was playing in Sweden and he looked fantastic. But we got to remember, I don't even think it was the Swedish First League, wasn't it? Was it number 2 or even 3? I'm not even sure, but he's very raw. He putting him on loan was probably the sensible decision. But Anne said, look, he's ready. And said Gray's ready. It maybe knows more than us, but what we've seen so far, he's not really showed us anything to kind of think, wow, we can rely on him this season.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult as well. You know, he plays in a position, doesn't he, where you do stand out because you're in the center of the park. Sometimes playing at fullback or playing out, you know, one of the wingers positions, you can kind of blend in a little bit, you know, and the ball's not near you for a long time. The ball hasn't gone out wide to the left or whatever. Centre mid, you're involved the whole game, getting forward, getting back on the ball. So, you know, he's going to stand out. But for me, it's a good opportunity tonight, right? He's playing against a 2-man midfield and he's part of a 3-man midfield. So, listen, I hope he has a really good game. I hope he gets some confidence. I hope Gray has a good game and gets some confidence. But listen, these are the players that Ange wanted to go into the season with. We have, and it's now time for them to stand up because we can no longer keep saying, oh, but, you know, we haven't got many players available. This is what we chose, Dan. This is what we chose to buy in the window. We didn't want senior players. Ange just said that himself, that he didn't want experience and leadership. He wants to build it. So we've got to make it work, right?
We do, and this is it. It's going to be kind of like proof of how strong our squad really is in ties like this. A key European match. No, I mean it's not key. It's the group stage, but you know what I mean. It's still an important game on the European stage, and I just think that we will see tonight if he stands up to the challenge, and we will know whilst we're watching how if he's subbed. You know, if Ange subs him, will kind of give us an idea that maybe he's struggled a bit, or you know, he's just not quite been there. So look, good luck to him, though, Savva. Honestly, good luck to the lad. You know, because how old is he? 18, isn't he? 18.
Yeah, I think he's still 18. Let's have a look. He's 18. He's 19 in February, so he's 19 shortly. But I'm just looking down here. He got 73 minutes v Alkmaar, 65 minutes versus Ferencvaros, 14 v Man United, 12 v Karabag, 3 v Brentford, 62 versus Coventry, 9 v Newcastle, 12 v Everton. So, he's getting little cameos here or there, but I'm guessing in centre mid, it's difficult if you've got a 12, 15-minute cameo to really, put your foot on the ball and say, hey, this is what I should play.
He hasn't had the consistency of running the team to build up any momentum, get used to his teammates. It's really hard for him. Really, really hard for him, Savva. And look, and as you just said a minute ago, Ange just said that he's ready. The club have said he's ready. That's why they didn't go in for another midfielder when Holberg left. Yep. We all questioned this. We all were worried about it. But we thought, look, we'll see. We'll see how he gets on. But we just haven't seen him, and we just don't know. And he's just so raw. And I mean, it's just one of those things where you just have to play him, keep playing him until he, I guess, gains that experience. But I don't know, man. It's, it just doesn't feel right. It just something doesn't feel comfortable about it, because we've got a lot to go for this season, Savva. We've got a lot to play for, and we're going to need players. We're going to need players to step up and show us, show us the fight for us to kind of achieve something. So,
well, Dan, do you ever want to know why I don't get carried away? Is because, through age, we've seen this many times. We have got we've got a good team, but, we're starting to see when you get some injuries, when you get some suspensions, when you get fatigue, and this team will get fatigued with our style of play. I want to see what happens when you get the other side of Christmas, when you get to February and the knockouts part of this tournament starts, right?
Yeah.
Who's fit? Who's available? How much have the youngsters learned? How much have they progressed? Are they ready to start big games? Who's in form? Who's injured? All of these different things. That's why when people go, oh my God, we're the best team in the Europa, we're going to win it. I was speaking to, do you know Steve, USA Steve? Strasbourg Steve.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Steve messaged me today and we're having a chat and he's going to pop on in a bit and that. And he said, who do you think is going to win the Europa League? And I said, Steve, I find it really hard to answer that question in November. We could get to February in the knockout stages or January, whenever it is. Everyone's fit. Everyone's in form. No one's suspended. The away form's picked up. And I go, okay, we could be. We could get to January, February. You got 5-6 players out. Some are suspended. You're having to play the young players. They're fatigued. They're tired. I don't think fans take those factors into account enough. And that is why when we judge the likes of Man City now, it's funny, right? Everyone goes, Man City have lost 3 in a row. Man City will be cool, calm, and collected because they know it's not about what you do in November. It's about what you do to the business end of the season. So, look, I think it's going to be...
Savva, 1 second. I'm just going to turn on my power. Hold on 1 sec.
No worries, mate.
I just want to comment something from that, what you just said.
Yeah, no worries. Go for it, man. Go for it. But whilst we're waiting for Dan to do that, please smash the like button, people. There's 315 of you here. There's only 108 likes. So we're 1 in 3 at the moment. Let's get that to a 2 in 3 ratio, shall we? Go on, Dan. All yours.
Yeah. So look, I posted a video out there on the Tuesday. Look, it's a video which I say a lot, and there is a kind of a message in that video, and kind of following on from what you've said, Savva. This is what I keep saying, that we will not know what this team is made of until the new year, until we get to, I like to call it crunch time. This is what I like to call it. I like to call it crunch time, when we're in the competitions. Hopefully we're still in the Carabao Cup. I think we'll qualify in the Europa League into the knockouts. So we'll have that. We'll have crucial games going into that European position running, injuries are going to take part. We've got the January transfer window. Are the club going to invest then? Look, there's so many different variables. And this is why we have to stay calm and grounded, because we just do not know what this team is really made of until the kind of crunch time. So Look, we have to kind of get along on the ride, enjoy the games. We had a fantastic last couple of games, and let's just hope that continues. But like you said, Savva, we can't get too carried away.
Yeah, look, and again, listen, I've learned to never get carried away with Tottenham. I think if ever we learned a lesson, it should be last season in why you don't get carried away and start telling everyone else that you're going to win everything. I think last season should have been an eye opener for people. Should have been the kind of the relaxant that people needed. But no, everyone's gone again. We win a couple of games and it's, oh my God, we're amazing. We lose a couple and we're shit and blah, 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 blah. Just quickly, I'm just looking at the team. By the way, guys and girls, we're only 3 subscribers away from 14.1K. It'd be amazing if we could get those 3 subscribers. That'll be 100 subscribers in a week. So that'd be amazing if you could do that, please. It's just 3 of you that haven't subscribed yet. Look, I was just looking at the lineups. Now, I use Flash Score for all of my scores. And I don't know how true this is. Maybe somebody who watches Galatasaray could probably tell me a bit more. They've got Galatasaray lining up in a 3-4-1-2 as opposed to a 4-4-2. So what they've got the lineup is as Muslera in goal, and he's been around forever as Muslera. He's 38, the Uruguayan, 38, and he's been at Galatasaray since 2011. So he's been there a really long time. They've got Ahan, Davinson Sanchez, and Badaki in a back 3, with Yilmaz, Torreira, Sara, and Akgun across a 4. Dries Mertens, again, 37 is Dries Mertens in the hole, with Osman and Icardi up top. So I'm not sure if they're going to do that, but do you think that changes anything if they do go to a back 3 versus having a back 4? Do you think that's probably better for someone like Davinson Sanchez?
I'm not sure, because I'm looking at the lineup on something as well, and it is showing it as a back 3. And Mertens in the kind of number 10 position behind the 2 forwards. Yeah. So maybe the Galatasaray manager is matching up with us. Oh, look, there you go.
Is that what you're getting?
Yeah. Very similar.
3-4-1-2.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, you said that they normally play 4-4-2. So maybe the manager's slightly adjusting it today. Maybe he's thinking, look, I can't play like that against Spurs. We need to kind of match their formation and go toe-to-toe, position, maybe.
No, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. I mean, look, so far, all of the kind of favourites for the Europa League are having very different times. So the bookies' top 5, Dan, are Spurs, Man United, Athletic Bilbao, Lazio, and Roma. They're the bookies' top 5 to win the competition. Now, of those 5, Lazio and Tottenham are first and second, both won 3 of 3.
Yeah.
After that, you've then got Athletic Bilbao, who have only on 7. I mean, it sounds bad. It's like, oh my God, they're down in 8th. They're 2 points off it. Then you've got the next one off of that was Man United and Roma. Now, Man United and Roma are 20th and 22nd. So Roma are 20th. Man United are 22nd. Man United have played 3, drawn 3. Roma have played 3, 1-1, drawn 1, lost 1. Now, it's early stages, but do you expect to see all of those 5 teams? I said, do you expect to see all 5 of them going deep into the competition?
Run over them again with me quickly, Savva, while I get the table up.
So it's Spurs and Lazio, who are first and second. Yeah. And then the other 3 are Bilbao, who are 8th. And then you've got Man U and Roma at the moment, who are 20th and 22nd. So they're currently in the playoff bit, Man U and Roma. But obviously, Man U, new manager coming in. I believe Man United are at home tonight to PAOK of Greece.
Yeah.
You would expect them to win that tonight. Roma are away to Union St. Galois. and Bilbao are away to Ludogorets. So we could see some big teams in trouble here.
You could do, yeah. It's they've got a lot to play for still, haven't they? They've got to get some points. So there's 8 games, isn't there? Is that right? Is it 8, Savva?
8 games.
There's
It's
four
halfway
home, 4
tonight.
away. Halfway tonight. So there's still points to gain. You know, the people are not out of it yet. You know, if you look at some of those bigger teams, if they get on a run, they can climb that table. And as you said, it's not, the top 8 go straight through to the knockout, and then you have a period of like knockout games, isn't it? So look, it could be like Man United. They could get back in it, definitely. Teams like Porto, I think Atletico, is it Atletico Bilbao? They're a big, good side. They've got some good players. You've got quite big European teams in there. Obviously, Lazio are doing very well. I'm not sure how Lazio are doing in the Italian league, but they've won 3 out of 3, conceded only 1 goal. So they must be quite useful. So look, it's I think it's a great competition for us to be in. I don't think we're nowhere ready for that Champions League this season. So I think this is it's really it's such a fascinating competition for us. And I don't know about you, Savva. I'm really hoping that we go as far as we can. And I mean, God forbid we win it, but you're in it. You never know.
Dan, I think people think because I'm highly critical and I set my standards very high that I don't want to win every game. I want Spurs to win every trophy we go into. I loved growing up knowing that Spurs won trophies. Now, Dan, I'm not saying we won trophies every year, but it wasn't 17 years in between trophies. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's a drop-off, isn't it? It's a drop-off since Levy. Massive drop-off. And that's why we are so frustrated, Savva, as fans, because we've seen us be look, we weren't winning leagues all the time, of course not, but we were regularly winning cups, and the fans had something to get, match days, the finals, going to Wembley, the European finals that we were in, and it's just all disappeared, isn't it, in the last since Levy has been in charge. So look, I'm hopeful that this is a competition, even though I have my reservations about the team and Ange. I still think we can be very competitive in this competition. And as long as Ange kind of, starts to learn throughout the season and adjust things and approaches games differently, then why not? Why can't we go on and win this competition, barring major injuries?
No, I listen. I completely agree with you. I do completely agree with you. Look, at the end of the day, there's nothing saying we can't go far. There's nothing, but there's nothing suggesting that we will. Like it's a double-edged sword, right? Because we've not done it. Because we can all sit there and say, "Oh, we're the bookies' favourites," and look at the teams in it. But listen, all it takes is one bad game in a knockout game, right? You can have, if you get to the knockout stages, you win your home game 1-0. Suddenly all you're away from home. All it takes is a slip up and you're out. So, we've really got to, I want to see, can we go deep? What happens when we play? I'm just going to chuck a few, in the knockout stages, what happens when you get drawn against Bilbao away? I know you play them at home as well, but what happens when you get Bilbao? What happens when you have to go to Lyon? What happens when you have to go to Lazio, Roma? These are the games in the knockout phases that will tell us how good we are. For me, it's not these games in the group stage, so the league table. This isn't going to tell me whether or not we're going to win it. It's those knockout games that tell you how good you are.
Oh, definitely. Look at that, as we were talking about earlier. That's the crunch time, right? That is the crunch time. And Ange is going to come, and we're going to come against teams, decent European teams, who are going to have good managers, experienced managers, and they will all have a game plan when they play Spurs. They will be watching Spurs week in, week out. They'll be sending the scouts to watch them. They'll know Spurs' weaknesses. And European teams are different to the Premier League teams. There's a different style of play. It's a lot slower, but I think it can be a lot more tactical as well at times. So look, it's really fascinating to see how Ange does match up when it gets to the knockouts, how he manages the team, what sort of lineups he plays, because at the same time we are juggling the Premier League as well and other domestic cup competitions. So look, I'm really intrigued, Savva, and everybody watching, everybody listening in and in the chat, what do they think? Do they think that we can win this competition, or do you have reservations like me and Savva do?
Yeah, that'll be so. Start letting us know, guys and girls. You've seen the team tonight, so tell me, this is the sort of team that we're going to be putting out, right, in these games. Off the back of Dan's question, do you, and don't just say yeah just because you're a Spurs fan. Like, I'm genuinely interested to know, do you think we'll win it? Can we win it? What are the parameters around winning it? Don't just say yes. Like, what are you feeling? For me, listen, if we can get deep into this competition, because I've heard all this before, Dan, you have as well. When we were in the Europa League under Poch and Yarl and stuff like that, and people would say, we're the favourites, we're going to win it. I can't see who's going to trouble us. There are tricky games away in Europe.
Oh,
and
100%.
You don't know who you've played on the Sunday. And then you don't know who you're playing the following Sunday. And you've got the game sandwiched in the middle. And as we said, injuries and suspensions. So I'd love us to go forward and win a European trophy. We've not done it for forever. But can we?
So the last one was 1984, right?
Yes. The last time was 1984.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I was just a little boy then. So,
weren't we all?
My dad knows. He remembers, and he doesn't forget. I just think sometimes it's just been so long, isn't it? And when we stream at Savva with people like Ian, who are a bit older than us, Eltel, they've probably seen it, haven't they? They've probably seen us lift the European trophy, and it really kind of fascinates me how they're both so calm about Spurs still, aren't they, Savva? They're both really, really level-headed content, YouTubers who look, they moan and they complain like we all do, but they remain calm. And I just think that if for them, for not us not winning regularly for all those years, and they've just accepted this just Spurs, and they just it's so interesting, isn't it?
Do you know what? I just think there's so many fans that deserve a trophy. We can all argue about players and manager and chairman and scouts and directors of football. At what stage do we actually go, you know what? As fans, don't we deserve a trophy? Like all of us. Not you doubted and you don't deserve one, or you don't like Solanke, or you doubted the keeper. I think as a fan base, we deserve a bloody trophy. We really do. We've been through the ringer.
Oh, at Savva, and you know what, right? We're both of us. We do critique a lot, and if we do win that trophy, and all those people who also critique, be prepared for "told you so." It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh.
The problem with that is people have been saying this for 17 years. At some point, they've got to be right? Like at some stage, we have to win something. But I think a lot of people, especially the older fans that have been there and been through the ringer, they're right to be skeptical because we've heard all of this before. And these are tough competitions to win. They are, it's all well and good. It's all well and good, Dan, going, we're better than them. We're better than every single team in the thing. But there'll be lots of those clubs will be looking at us and going, well, Spurs don't have a pedigree of winning. Spurs have never proven they can get over the line. So, for example, if we get drawn in the quarterfinals against Lazio, Lazio would be like, okay, good team Spurs, but we can beat them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would. I'm just saying that it's not like they're going to be going, oh my God, we're playing Liverpool.
Anyone can beat us, Savva. Palace beat us the other week. We're no super team. We're no perfect team. We're no team that is guaranteed winning week in, week out. If a team comes that plays us with a game plan, they've always got a chance. So look, and Lazio or whoever else we play in Europe will think no different.
No, I completely agree with you. So I'm just for anyone that's been asking about my my bet tonight. Of course, I've done an ACCA. I've got a 7-team ACCA. I'm just double checking it here. But yeah. And then the last one is going to be Man United. Right. So I've done this, everyone. I've done Bodo Glimt to beat Karabag. I don't know. The Bodo Glimt, who are sitting 9th, Karabag, who are sitting rock bottom. I've done Nice to beat 20. I'm not sure about that one, but good odds. I've done Olympiacos to beat Rangers, both on 6 points in the group. Should be an interesting one. Ghent to beat Ammonia. Shamrock Rovers to beat Total Network Solutions of Wales. Or the new, sorry, not Total Network Solutions. What am I on about? The New Saints. Sorry, what am I on about? Ajax to beat Tel Aviv. And Man United to beat PAOK. So that's my 7, and it's to return £1,400, which means someone or some teams will always let you down. Are you a betting man, Dan? Do you like a little flutter?
I don't know. I've got to be honest, Savva. I don't. I did the fantasy football team, but and there is a little bit of bet in that. You know, there is a bit of money in that, but not a lot, like £20. You know. You know, there's quite a lot of people in it. It's like 50 or 60 people in it. So it'll be, you know, it's a healthy winnings if you come first or second. But no, I don't normally bet, Savva. I don't. I've never really got into it. Is it something that you do often, or just dabble in a bit? I
have one ACCA every night.
Okay.
And I normally, what I do is if I get a big win, I then just leave that money in there and just play. Do you know what I mean? It's never something where I go, oh my God, I'm going to win 25 grand this year or something. I just, you know, I won 500 quid the other night, courtesy of Fulham, pulling it back. And I took half of it out, left the other half in and just play with it. But
you're normally on the up, Savva, or how do you normally get on with your
listen, I win because I normally do 7 or 8 teams, right? So that if you win big. But I don't put enough on it that it's ever like, oh my God, I'm chasing my bet. I can't pay my bills, you know, never anything like that.
It's just a bit of fun. And I think what I'm hearing, Savva, is just very like, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? It's not to gamble and win lots of money. It's just, I don't know what you want to call it. It's harmless, isn't it? Really? It's good.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Bulovich has said, Savva, the Bible teaches us that gambling is bad and this should be forbidden. Please think about this. I will think about it. I thought about it. I'm not religious, I'm afraid. So I'm still going to have my little bet, because do you know what? If there is a God, I'm sure wherever he is, he'll be really happy for me if I win £1,400 tonight. So I'm going to go with that premise. And please don't try and push religion on people if they're not religious. It's really annoying. Really, really annoying. Anyone can do what they want. Believe in what you want. I used to even believe in football gods. I don't even believe in them anymore, being a Spurs fan. So, by the way, please. No. Don't worry about subscribing to me. Subscribe to Dan. Come on, people. Show the love. Did someone put your link in? If not, hang on. I'm going to do it. 1 second. Let me find you.
Thank you, Savva. Thank you, everybody in the chat.
No worries. Spurs analyst, where are you? Oh, there's so many Spurs channels now that hang on, Spurs analyst. Why aren't you coming up? There you go. Spurs analyst. Why aren't you coming up? There you are. 193 subscribers. People, come on. Let's get Dan to his first 250. It's a huge milestone for people to get there. And trust me, as somebody who's been who started up from zero, like everyone does, it's really, really difficult. So look, there's the link. Look, there's 390 of you in the chat at the moment as we grow. The link is in there. Look, the link's there. A big up. Thanks, Ryan, for doing that as well. I didn't see that. Thanks, Ryan. If you guys could go in, smash that. Listen, if we can get him to 225 tonight, that'd be amazing. And before you know it, Dan will be on 50K, and I'll be asking him for his help. So please do smash that button. And I'm going to keep checking in on his channel over the next few minutes. Well, we've already got it up to 198. So thank you for those 5 people.
Blimey, guys. Thank you. That's amazing.
Listen, it's an interesting one, right? Will Lancashire. We haven't talked about Will Lancashire. We talked about Bergvall, talked about the defence. Will Lancashire is another one where a lot of people in the summer said he could have gone on loan, but he stayed. He's not getting in the squad when Richarlison is fit, because you've got Richarlison and Werner, and then Solanke, and then Son, and there's a lot of players in front of him. A really good chance tonight to show what he can do. And I just hope we create a few chances for the young lad, right? I love seeing young players from the youth team come in and grab some goals. I don't know if you're old school like me. I remember the likes of Neil Fenn coming. Do you remember Neil Fenn came through?
I can't remember him. When was that? Who was that under? Who was that under? What manager?
Oh gosh, we're going back to the late 90s, mid 90s. Lee Barnard, another one
Lee
who
Barnard,
came through.
I remember him. Yeah.
Harold Kane. I don't know if you remember Harry Kane. He came through as well. But there is something great, Dan, isn't there? When a young striker comes through, you just want to see them get that goal, don't you? You really want to see it.
I mean, I like him. What I've seen of him in the youth team when he played pre-season with us, he was having he was playing well. He weren't scared to get in that box, take a chance. I think he scored a couple of goals in pre-season as well. So look, it's a really massive game for him tonight. Imagine that, stepping out on that stadium tonight. Can you imagine how he feels? I mean, that's what an amazing thing for him, and also his family watching. What a night for the young boy. And I really hope he grabs a goal, and that would just be amazing, wouldn't it? Absolutely amazing. And I think it's good that we kept him and we didn't loan him, because we are a bit short in that striker department. Richarlison, you can't rely on because he's just very injury prone. So look, let's see how he gets on tonight. If we can get some good service out to him. We've got Son on the left, we've got Johnson there, hopefully putting in some balls into that box. Maddison could pick him out. Look, there's a lot of creativity in that Spurs team tonight. So there's no reason why Will can't get chances. And I think what do you think, Savva, of him, and what you've seen of him, and also people in the chat? What's your kind of thoughts on him? He's young, isn't he? Still, he's like, how old is he? He's what, 18? Is he 19? No, he's 19 years old.
19,
smashing goals in the youth team. Look, he came from the Chelsea. Was it Chelsea Academy? I think I may be wrong, but I think we signed him from there. But yeah, Savva, what's your thoughts, man?
Look, I am again not seen enough. You know, it's okay seeing 10, 15-minute cameos of players, but when players get 90 minutes, you get to see the all-round game in them. And what I mean by that is, I know a lot of people say, okay, right, bring Graham Bergvall on when we're 4-0 up in the midfield. That's fine, but that, for me, is a little bit easier. Big up, by the way, to Iggy, who's joining us. I don't know if you've ever streamed with Dan before, but big up.
Hello, Iggy.
Hey, guys. Good evening, boys. How are we?
How you doing, Iggy?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
We'll come to Iggy in a minute. Iggy's turned. Iggy's on a different path to the rest of us these days, so we'll go to that in a minute. But Iggy,
I'm going to finish you off for that. He's on a different path these days. All right, okay, cool.
No, I'm just kidding. Iggy, on a serious note, we're talking about Will Lancashire.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, look, I think maybe it's an older fan thing. Love it seeing young strikers coming through the youth team, getting their chance. I haven't really seen enough of him to be able to sit here and go, oh, I think he's excellent with this, or he's not good at that. Have you seen enough of him? Because Dan, you said you liked what you've seen of him, but
in the youth team, but not in the actual Premier League team. You know, I can't really comment on what he would be like for playing in the first team. But I mean, if we're talking about a young player with potential, he's banging the goals away in the youth team. And look, he's obviously a goal scorer. He's got a talent. It's just that can our team, develop him? Can Ange use him sensibly and kind of put him into the team? So look, I get what you're saying, Savva, and it's hard to really judge him. He's had one match this season in our first team, and I think that was in the Europa League. So it's hard to really judge. Iggy, what do you think of the young man?
Look, I'm with Savva. I haven't seen enough of him, but listen, for him, it must be an exciting time. It's an exciting time to be given such an opportunity to play in that ground. We all know what Galatasaray's ground can be like. It's very hostile at the best of times against a team not at the top of the league at the moment over there, scoring goals for fun. They've got the likes of Osimhen. They've got Icardi in there. So look, it's a hell of a challenge for him. for me, it's more about the context. It's the context is like we're not playing him tonight because we're giving generally a chance to a guy to come into a team that's fully functioning. We are
Yeah.
playing him because we're run to the ground. So it's like I said, I'm excited for him. I'm a bit more worried for us because we are literally going there to the bone, you know. He's got Son and Johnson alongside him, which currently are the first team starters in those positions. So that's a good thing for him. But then behind that, he's got creativity galore. For me, it's going to be a lot of off the ball work tonight that needs to be done. And I don't know if we've got the right midfield for it, in all honesty. And at the back, we're ready to the bone. So I can't have a go at Ange for picking that team because that's what he's got available for tonight. That's probably another subject to be having why we're so run down so early on.
We can move on to that in a second. I think that's a really good point you made there, Iggy, though, about, Lancashire. Normally, when these players come in, they come into a team where it's all the other kids or they're not surrounded by the first team players. But let's be fair, the 3 players surrounding Lancashire tonight is an England playmaker in Maddison, Sonny, who's captain, and I was going to call him Dominic Johnson. Brennan Johnson, who is our first choice right-sided forward.
So
the
it's
3 players flanking him are senior pros, international footballers. So this is a real good chance for him to be talked through the game by senior players. And you'd like to think Maddison will find him with a couple of through balls and Sonny will pick him out of a couple of crosses or something. So I'm excited to see him play. To see him play. But what I won't do is if he scores a goal, I'm not going to tell the world that this is the next Michael Owen. And if he's shit, I'm not going to tell the world that this is the next Troy Parrott.
No.
You know what I mean? So
it wouldn't be fair either way. It wouldn't be a fair analysis either way because we know that the difficulties he's going to come up against playing in such, like I said, in such a ground. But look, we're all Spurs fans. We want the kids to be given an opportunity, and more importantly, we want to, in some way, at the back of our heads, we want to see like a next Harry Kane. Not that I'm comparing him as such, but we want to see a story like Kane's unfold tonight. Hopefully that could be the beginning for him.
Iggy, you made a good point there a little while ago before you went to talking about Lancashire.
Yeah,
that midfield, it is a little bit open, isn't it?
You know, we've said in the past that this season but it is Bergvall, which is kind of taking a Kulusevski or Maddison, and obviously one of the holding midfielders. We've seen in the Premier League, it's not a midfield that hasn't got enough legs, if you like. In the Premier League, it hasn't worked. With certain teams, it hasn't worked. Tonight, I feel we probably needed a bit more workhorse like in that midfield. But look, in Europe as well, I have to say this: they do give you more time to play your football. So I'm hoping that plays dividends with the players that we got in midfield, who are ball playing midfielders. With the time that if you give them time, they can hurt. So I'm hoping that will be the case again tonight. But again, we're going up against a team on the first in the league, in their league, so they're good.
So Iggy, would you have played that midfield, or would you have put someone like a Sarr in there just for a bit more protection because we're away from home, big grounds, a team who's in form? Would you have gone for that a bit more defensive-minded midfielder type?
I would have gone similar to what we've been playing recently in like a Man City game and stuff like that. Playing someone, like Sarr, a similar sort of midfield that we've had, Kulusevski, Sarr. But listen, at the same time, if Bergvall doesn't get a game in the league, it doesn't get a game in Europe, when can he get a real run? I'm really curious about Bergvall, by the way. I want to know a bit more about him. I see a baller in him. But we are putting him in situations like tonight. So I would have liked to have seen him, for example, against Ipswich. Why not? At home against Ipswich, against one of the bottom of the league, side. Why not play an Archie Gray in the number 6 against the likes of Ipswich instead of seeing him at left back against Galatasaray? It's not fair on him either, is it? Playing in these positions. He's got. By the way, Archie Gray, he's got a hell of a opponent in front of him in that left back role. You're gonna watch Galatasaray wingers tonight. Those are one of the areas that they're strong in, and he's going to get tested
that's what
tonight.
I was saying. They naturally play with wide men to get the balls into Icardi.
On the side that Archie Gray's playing tonight, left back, he is going to get, and it's not fair analysis because we've not seen him in central midfield. I want to see the guy be playing in the midfield at some point or another.
Just big up Silent Violence Forever. Sorry to hear about your brother passing. And let's hope your brother was right, saying that we'll win a European Cup for Arsenal. So listen, sorry to hear that, buddy. And I always say the same thing. Just remember the good times. Got to remember the good times with people. Big up to you. Just quickly before we carry on that conversation, Fox on the Hill Prince. We're going to talk about Davinson Sanchez in a minute. Don't worry. We've got to. We owe it to ourselves to talk about our ex-Colombian maestro. And I know, Dan, whenever you need to jump, Dan, just let me know. Just shout out.
A few more minutes, yeah.
No worries. Iggy, really good point. We talked earlier about whether or not we think that it will be Davis at left back or Gray at left back. It will probably be Gray at left back, right, with Davis and Dragusin in the middle. I feel kind of sorry for him because, first of all, I mean, he's not a defender. He's definitely not a left-sided defender. You're playing on your wrong foot, so you're always going to be going in the wrong way. Yeah. But for me, what I want to see is if this boy is as good as people say, and I haven't seen it yet, I need to be convinced. If you can't put him in, not you, sorry, I know you're not the manager, but if we can't put him in, the number 6 at home to Ipswich, who haven't won a game all season, in a stadium where only Arsenal have taken anything, that tells me then that he's not ready. But like you said, he's got players in front of him. Today, Bentancur and Sarr sitting on that bench. So if he can't get into that midfield free, you've got no Kulu playing tonight. So there's another one that will be in front of him. Then you've got Sarr, then you've got Bentancur. He's 7th choice midfielder. So how does he ever get game time there, lads?
Oh, look, it's a really fascinating point, Iggy and Savva. It's so right. Like, why isn't he not put in that midfield? This is just an ideal game for him. It helps us as a team as well because he's more defensively minded. He played there for Leeds last season. It's a baffling one. If you really think about it, it's baffling. And I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, guys. I am.
What, disappointed that we're not seeing him in midfield? Is that what you're saying?
Because I thought this is why we signed him, to play in that midfield. They said that they didn't want to buy any more experienced midfielders and that they were going to play the likes of Gray and Bergvall. But managers made a decision to play Gray as a defender.
40 million. If we was going to play him in defence as a defender or as a left back or whichever position you want, I would have rather that money have been spent on a defender. Get a £40 million defender that can play in those positions. That would have made sense, no? For me, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as calling him a flop because we've not yet seen him in a position that we bought him for, which is midfield. That's what we were led to believe. I understand that we have to give, the likes of Udogie a rest, but it's mine when you think of, we got Reguilon somewhere along the lines, somewhere there, and we got Jed Spencer. I know he's injured at the moment, but neither of them were put in the squad for whatever the reasons may be, because of the numbers and stuff like that, the English quota and all of that stuff. When you think we got those in the squad and we've got to now sit here and watch, play Archie Gray in a position that we really haven't bought him for. We didn't buy him to play left back. So it's mind-boggling. 40 million, guys, by the way, £40 million.
See, this has always been my argument when we're having these conversations. And I was in the Spurs Kings chat the other night. Big up to Marlon and Ash.
Big up,
I love those guys. Big up, lads. A criminally underrated channel, by the way, which should have a lot more subscribers, those boys. There was a really good conversation about Archie Gray, and there always is. And there's the two schools of thought. And one is, don't worry, he's 18. The other one is, well, hang on. He took 40 million of our budget. And it goes to what you were saying, Iggy, is if you wanted him bought to be a right back, left back, and to cover, go and buy a fullback that plays right back and left back. You know the way that Man United bought Diego Dallo, who can play right back and left back. Right? If you wanted that, go and buy it. You had £40 million, but we didn't. We spent £40 million on a bloke that, if I'm not wrong, someone will tell me I'm wrong. I can't remember him playing a single minute in midfield. Maybe the last 5 minutes of Leicester, but I can't remember him playing a single minute in centre mid for this football club.
For me, I don't blame him. Just to be clear, man, my crux is not against the player, because the player gets, he will play wherever he's asked to play. It's never going to be an issue. And even if he were to have a bad game tonight, I wish him not, but should he?
Yeah.
I won't have an issue with him. My issue is with the club spending £40 million of our money that you said to go and buy a player out of position. It just doesn't make sense. You won't buy a striker at number 9 and play him in midfield or left wing or hold in midfield. It doesn't. Just when you think about it like that, you think, no, I wouldn't never play my striker in midfield. Then why the hell are we playing midfielder at the back? At left back now. So these things I would ask the club, and I will ask Ange for putting him there as well. I wouldn't put it on the player, and I certainly won't be doing it even after tonight. So,
guys, I've got to jump, but
yeah,
look, I've really enjoyed it tonight, Savva, brilliant, and Iggy, nice to speak to you for the little window. Mate. But I'm sure we'll talk again soon on another channel. But big up to everyone in the chat, big up to everyone watching at home. I hope you'll enjoy the game, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys.
Cheers, thanks, Dan. Please remember to go and subscribe to Dan as well. By the way, Iggy, you guys are on later, just so I know I can redirect, right? You guys are on at 10 o'clock.
I believe so. I believe so. We're on that. It's a bit too late for me because I'm an early starter. So they hopefully the boys will be on at 10. Cool. One or two are not feeling well at the moment, so it's not 100% yet. But if we are, it'll be on 10 p.m.
Sure, I'm happy to jump on if you need a cast member. This show will finish well before that, but hey, we've redirected. Another thing, Iggy, to take into account here as well is, again, on Spurs Kings TV, and I really enjoyed watching the debate by the panelists, was young players getting minutes. And someone was saying it doesn't matter that he's playing out of position, minutes and minutes, and it's good for his development. Now, I disagree with that, Iggy. I don't think he is going to develop if constantly played right back or left back when that's not his game. For me, I think if you want to see a player develop, you put them in their position. Where do you stand on that? Are any minutes good minutes?
Listen, a player's development to a certain point when he's younger, they will, Stowe said many a times, I've listened to Stowe in terms of the coaching of a player and stuff like that. When it's part of the growing up phase, they get you to have your main position and your backup position, and then kind of work with you. And then you get to a certain age, and then that becomes your main position. I don't think we're there with him now. I think he should be playing minutes or it should be given game time in a position that we bought him for. In midfield, big up in midfield. And for me, the only way that any growth that he's going to get is watching himself back in games to say, right, I should have done differently there, or understand the mechanisms of the team and how we want to play. The only growth he's going to get from that is being put in there, and he can analyze it with the analyst team and with Postecoglou and stuff like that. That's where the growth comes in. For me, to play him at left back, listen, it's more so to do with mindset and character for him to play well in that position there. It shows that he can play beyond his own position. But again, tonight in European football, you want to measure yourself against the best, and you want to feel the best. And the only way you're going to feel the best is playing the position that you are happiest with, and being up against your opponent, saying, right, let's bring it on. I don't know. I don't know if this is the way forward. I don't.
Flip it the other way, Iggy, right? So at the moment, he's a centre mid that is being asked to play left back and right back. Imagine you sign a left back and a right back at the age of 18 and go, we're not playing you there. Can you go and play in centre mid for us? It's really difficult. And I know it always sounds like I'm getting on to Gray, but look, I feel sorry for him. I do. I just don't think he's a fullback. First of all, he has not got the pace to play at fullback at all. When a player goes past him, he looks so flat-footed on the ground, if you know what I mean, that, that he can't do anything.
The timings are not the same. If you play a fullback and you play in midfield, the timings are not the same. The way you move in midfield, in central midfield, and then you play fullback or in a wide position, the timings are not the same. Your vision of the pitch In midfield, you got a 360, and at fullback, you got this, and you got players attacking you directly, trying to isolate you in a one-on-one situation. That wouldn't happen in central midfield. So it's completely and utter different. Only those who've been involved in football and played football will understand what I'm talking about. The timings, it's just different. It's a different look.
It's different. Course is different. I mean, this is an interesting one. Liston, big up to you, mate, has said Pep plays Rico Lewis at right back all the time, even though Rico himself doesn't see himself as a right back. If the best manager in the world does it, Ange can do it too. Now, Iggy, I'd love to get your take on this. For me, though, I think there's massive differences here. First of all, I think that Rico Lewis is a superb footballer, like all round. When I watch him play, he looks like he could quite comfortably play anywhere. Second of all, he's come through that youth team playing the Pep Guardiola way, right? He's come through that team. He understands how they move seamlessly from right back into centre mid and how they shuffle. Thirdly, I just think he's a superior footballer. I know they're both young, but for me, I think this is slightly, I don't agree with this. And the fourth point is Pep Guardiola didn't pay 40 million for Rico Lewis. Do you know what I mean? Pep Guardiola can mold it like, I don't know. What do you think?
Again, you have to look at the context that he's come in. He's coming, you're right, with the setup, he's coming for the youth, so he understands the Pep Guardiola way. Even if he's in midfield, if you look at the likes of Steven Gerrard and all those boys started playing fullback as well. But it's the context. I was saying earlier on, it's the context that they come in. He has come into a side, a fully drilled side with some of the best players in world football currently. Are all in now, so they're not. He's not going to be as exposed, and he's going to be coming into a defense who are, a drill defense. He's coming in tonight at left back with Ben Davis and respectfully are not our first team lineup. I don't know. Like I said, the context tonight for me is more so we're not playing the kids because it's the right thing to do in the context that we're fully drilled and working. We are playing them in a scenario where we're desperate. We're run to the bones. That's the setup.
No, absolutely. Do you know what this goes back down to for me as well, Iggy? Is the person probably right in front of him in that midfield battle is going to be Bergvall, who's getting game time in the middle. And this goes down back to me. I said this all summer. I just didn't understand the signing of Gray, knowing that we had Bergvall already joining, having bought him in January. I just felt that did we need two 18-year-old central midfielders to, do you want to try and blood two of them at the same time? Or would we have been better off blooding Bergvall and using that 40 million for a centre-back, a full-back, something that we
It would have made more sense. It would have made sense because you're investing into midfielder, you're investing in a defender. And like I said, my issue is how we spend our money for a player to play him in a wrong position, in my opinion. But also, in more bigger grand scale things, and I don't want to get into it too much tonight, but perhaps we can get into another night, is knowing that we were going to play a lot more games last season going into this season because of European football. We knew that already. So we never think as well, sod European football. No one's sod European football because that's what you work all year round to get into those positions, to go into Europe. You don't then get into Europe and say, nah, you know what, we'll bin tonight's game because we've got Ipswich on Sunday. It doesn't work like that. You invest accordingly. If you have a just Premier League, then you invest in a smaller squad. If you then play more games, like if you have a bigger restaurant, you hire more staff. That's how a business works, and this is no different. You hire more staff because you've got more work to do. So we should have then expand our squad.
But that's why whenever I say I would have loaned him and Bergvall out, people say, "Oh, we can't because the squad's too small." And it's like, well, that's what the summer was for.
Bringing in players, because at the end of the day, when you look at it, when you break it down, guys, we are relying heavily on 12, 13 players tops, and then the rest of them just kind of make the squad. But really, when you think about it, the team that we play week in, week out, it's probably about 13 players that we heavily rely on, and rest of them are just trickling in here and there when possible. And look, tonight we've had to bring the kids from the academy to make up the numbers. You don't want to go away to Galatasaray in Europe with kids making up the numbers. Well, happy for the kids to get the occasion. As a fan, it's not the moment.
I listen. I completely agree with you. For me, I think it's probably more better to play. Could you get away with playing Gray and Bergvall against Ipswich at home?
I've
And
said
if you can't, then they're not ready, right? So for me, I get what you're saying. Just quickly before I'm going to let you go in like 2 minutes because I do the games solo and I know you've got
yeah,
things
of
to be
course,
doing.
course,
Just
no problem.
quickly before you go, the Davinson Sanchez factor, right? We've got to, right?
The
This
man
is a
that ate
guy,
grass at City.
mate. This is a guy
That's the
who,
first memory I have of him.
me too, just the face plant into the grass. He always looked good when he played alongside Jan and Toby. When he played in a
Yeah.
free, those two talked him through the game. The moment he was one of a back two, he looked like a calamity. So what's the chances tonight that Davinson Sanchez in the last minute scores a winning header for Galatasaray?
Listen, you can't put it past him because he's always been good from set pieces and corners. So he's always plants his head there. So would it be a shock? No, it wouldn't be a shock because that's just that would just be us. But again, I wish if we had like our first, Solanke who's starting tonight. I would love to put him on a test to see how he's improved. But against the novice like Lancashire playing his first game in European football, I don't know. Listen, I hope he has a worldie and I hope he actually puts him eating grass again tonight. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked even if he goes and bang and go the other end with a header from a corner. No, it wouldn't shock me at
mate,
all.
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, and obviously he's up against Will Lancashire. So look, Iggy, I am going to say, listen, thank you for.
And we're up against Osimhen and Icardi.
This is going to be interesting because Icardi is still banging in goals. He's still scoring goals, and Osimhen pace. How high a line do we put? All of these things. Listen, Iggy, I've loved it. I always love chatting football with you.
No
And listen, thank you very much. You still haven't sent me the Emerson Royale shirt. I'm waiting.
No.
Waiting.
I would never do that to you, man. I would never do that to you. No
yeah,
chance.
my neighbours will complain that I'm having a bonfire in the garden. You know what I mean? Iggy, enjoy the game. Much love.
One.
Thanks for coming on. Really
Take care.
appreciate
Come
it,
on,
man.
you Spurs.
Take care, buddy.
See you later.
Everybody, you know where to find Iggy. God, I love streaming with Iggy. He's always good for a laugh. Let's just see quickly. Have I got this set up? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Present, share screen. What's going on here? Share screen. Hang on. Have I got this set up correctly? I think I might have. No. And yes, there we go. Apologies, by the way, everyone. Apologies that the Galatasaray logo is so small. Hands up. Normally, my wife gets the logo sorted for me. I forgot to do it. I rang her in a panic. I couldn't do it. I forgot that I hadn't done it. And this is as great as I can do. So that is a Galatasaray logo, but it's just very, very little. Big up to each and every one of you. Let me just get my second light. I'm just going to pop the light there. 1 second, people. Hang on. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light on the subject. Hang on. Hold your horses. There we go. A little bit more light there. Okay, so Tottenham Hotspur. Galatasaray, Muslera, Ahan, Sanchez, Abdul Karim, Sara, Torreira, Yunus and Barris, with Mertens behind Icardi and Victor Osimhen. So they've got players again on the bench like Batshuayi and Ziyech. We'll all know. Tottenham Hotspur line up with Fraser Forster in goal. The back four is open to interpretation depending on who you think is going to play where. It looks like it's going to be Forster in goal, Porro right back, Dragusin and Davis centre back, with Archie Gray at left back. In the midfield is Bergvall, Bissouma and James Maddison, with Son to the left, Johnson to the right, and Will Lancashire through the middle. So I'm going to predict a Desmond. I'm going to go with 2-2. Okay, let me know. We've got a minute till kickoff. Everybody, quickly, right now, what's your score predictions? I should have asked this. I'm going to go with a 2-2. I think if we can get the win, absolutely brilliant. But I'm going to go with a 2-2. What says you, people? What says you? Forster, but the thing is, we say Forster. Why? I thought Forster was excellent in the last game that he played for us. But the sub bench, by the way, is they've not put it up. 1 second, I'll get it for you. the sub bench. Come on, show us the sub bench. Yeah, is Vicario, Austin, Adogi, Solanke, Kulu, Saar, Bentancur, Dorrington, Casanova, Ulasesi, and Williams Barnett, who is 16 years of age and wasn't even born the last time Tottenham won a trophy. Let that sink in. We've got players playing for us tonight that haven't won, that weren't born when we last won a trophy. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Oh, hang on. What's going on there? What's going on? Can anyone see that light behind me? Looks like I'm on fire, doesn't it? I don't know what's going on there. Never mind. It's quite nice. Nice little bit of background effect. 1 second. Let me see if I turn that off. No, that doesn't change anything. Anyway, the two teams are around the centre circle. Looks like they're having a minute's silence for the victims in Valencia. So we should observe a few seconds as well. Okay, so Tottenham away to Galatasaray. Lots of different scores coming in. Some people think it's going to be quite straightforward. Other people think that it's going to be a bit of a tough game for Tottenham. We'll find out in a minute. What's going to happen. But let me see if I can get the timer right. It's always difficult to get the timer right. Hang on 1 second. I just want to try something. Is that better? Nope, that light is still there. I don't know what that light is in the background, but Tottenham are going to kick off. I'm going to start it. James Maddison is going to take the kickoff for Tottenham. Let's see what we can do. Away from home, tough game, and the game has kicked off. Tottenham are kicking from right to left, and we'll see early doors who's going to settle into which position. It does very much look like Archie Gray has dropped in at left back from what I can see. I'll try and see what sort of formation Galatasaray are playing, whether they're going to play the 3 at the back or the 4 at the back. We'll find that out as the game goes on. Possibly looks like from the start, looks like it's going to be wing backs. But we'll see. As Archie Gray wins a header and it goes down the line, and Davinson Sanchez can sweep the ball forward, given away by Basuma. There's a ball over the top immediately by Galatasaray, but Icardi is not that guy that's going to run onto that. So Icardi couldn't get the ball. It went through to Forster. Ben Davis into Maddison. Maddison got pushed in the back by Luca Torreira. He wasn't happy at all. There's a ball over the top into Sonny. Sonny brings the ball down. Hang on, I need to move that lamp. That lamp is, there you go. Much better. Much better. Let me know if I'm not bright enough for you guys and I can change some of the lighting around, but I just like that it's not too bright. Here is Davinson Sanchez for Galatasaray. He plays it down the line, but loses the ball. Basuma into Son, back to Basuma. Basuma goes all the way home to Fraser Forster. And Icardi tried to close him down, but Forster did well and gives the ball to Dragusin, who plays the ball down the line to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson plays a first-time ball brilliantly over the top. We're in, through on goal, and a great tackle from Davinson Sanchez. A superb tackle from Davinson Sanchez. I'll be honest, I was looking and thinking, is it offside? Because it all looks a little bit too easy. It was a brilliant ball. Brennan Johnson, yeah, he was off. He was offside. He was offside in the end. But Lancashire already trying to make that run, but he was offside. But fair play to Davinson Sanchez. He did get back and made a great tackle anyway. So a lively start here. Both teams trying to move the ball on the ground. Here's Davinson Sanchez. Again, he's seeing quite a lot of the ball. He's playing right of a back three as far as I can tell. And it's quite fiery in there. Here's Lucas Bergvall. Goes all the way back to Fraser Forster. And Fraser Forster can now play the ball out wide to Ben Davis. And Ben Davis is going to go down the line to Archie Gray. Archie Gray has given the ball away in a really dangerous area there, Archie Gray. He's running back, but he can't get back. He can't run. Bless him, the lad. He's not He's not a runner, is he? And in the end, Spurs do get the ball away with Bissouma. So Bissouma plays the ball through to Maddison, who gives it to Lancashire, but he gives the ball away. And now Davinson Sanchez can bring the ball forward. A lively start, a lively first 3 minutes or so here. A lively first 3 minutes. They're definitely playing a back three here. Are they playing a back three? Would you guys in the chat say that he's playing a back three at Galatasaray? It looks to me, yeah, Davinson Sanchez is very wide right. And thank you. We just hit 200 likes, so thank you very much. You could see what they're doing already. They're trying that first time ball over the top, but it didn't quite work that time. And Angie's losing his mind on the line, by the way. I don't know if anyone can see that. Angie's losing his mind. Does anyone know what this is in the background? Not this. Can anyone see that light behind me flickering? Can you see it, or is it just me? Davinson Sanchez plays the ball into the centre-back. He's, again, a long ball over the top, looking for a Cardi, but Dragusin does well. Osman brings the ball down. It's a free kick in the midfield. Tottenham have given away a free kick here for a foul on, I'm not sure who that's on at the moment. I need them to pan in. Is it just me? Sorry, I can just see behind me here, I can just see this light that looks like a flame is going up. So I don't know if it's just me or not. But anyway, let me not worry about that. So a free kick there. Not really a lot in it, but a free kick given away by James Maddison. Free kick given away by James Maddison. And Galatasaray will sweep this ball in. I think it's going to be Sarah, who came from Norwich last year. Sarah, who came from Norwich. The free kick is whipped in, cleared by Spurs, and volleyed back in. That is a sensational goal. We're 1-0 down. Wow. Wow, that was a sensational strike, guys. The ball was cleared. It looked like there was no danger at all. And then the guys volleyed it from the edge of the box, left-hand side, and it's just flown in the top corner. Nothing that Forster could have done. And sometimes you have to say just a bit of a clap the hands. The ball was cleared. What a strike. We're 1-0 down. What a strike that was. What a strike. Yeah, the keeper had no chance. It was Yunus, left-footed on the volley, 1-0 to Galatasaray. Not the greatest start, but it is 1-0 to Galatasaray. And Spurs need to get their foot on the ball here. You can't do anything when you concede a goal like that. You just can't do anything. Big up to Lee Reacts. This isn't the real Lee Reacts. Savva is always crying. Big up. I'm not sure what. Let's get rid of that person. 1 second. That's not the real Lee Reacts. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, really good goal. But now we've got to make sure that we don't go 2 down. 4 goals in 4 matches. So Yunus has got 4 goals in 4 matches in the Champions League. So he's definitely on fire. Here's Tottenham. See if we can get our way back into this game. As I said, not the end of the world if we don't win, but just don't ever want to get a hammering. Here's Forster. Oh, he's played a dangerous ball. Galatasaray have won it back, and a good defensive header from Bissouma there. A good defensive header because Galatasaray are playing first-time balls over the top. The first-time balls over the top is what they're going for. And they're playing some decent stuff here, Galatasaray. And Bergvall this time. Bergvall with, oh my gosh, what's going on? No, clear it. Oh my gosh. They're in here again. Don't foul him. Hold him up. And we got there in the end. Bergvall with an absolute hospital pass. Played it back to the keeper without really looking. And Victor Osimhen nicked in, very nearly got the ball. So Spurs are living dangerously here and have not started well at all. At the back, we just look all at 6s and 7s again. And I think someone just needs to put their foot on it, calm this down. let's see what happens here. So Osman ran in. They're asking for a penalty. I don't think it's been given. But again, Spurs living dangerously there. And that was all Bergvall with a really, really poor back pass. And he needs to settle in. By the way, Nice nil, 21. It's nil. That sounds weird. Nice are losing to 21-0. So Nice are losing to 21-0. Yeah, not good. Not the greatest of starts here. But we go again. Another ball over the top. It looks like Galatasaray have done their homework here. Robert, that was not a lucky shot. Robert, come on. That's really silly. Come on, credit where it's due. That was a phenomenal strike. I know it was against us, but we are allowed to say when it's a phenomenal strike or not, aren't we? Sorry, bear with me 1 second. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, we are allowed to say when it's a phenomenal strike. That wasn't lucky at all. That was a brilliant, brilliant goal. If one of ours scored that, we'd be saying how great it is for months. Is Galatasaray again, another ball over the top. Archie Gray is completely out of position. And this time the cross was poor from Barris. But again, they're already targeting our fullback areas. The ball's over the top. Not the greatest starter at all. Big up to Karate. And Galatasaray, I've got the ball again. They are swarming all over us here. Karate, big up and said, hope you're doing well. Just locked in. Big up, Karate. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, listen. Yeah, Galatasaray look like they've got our number here. Another ball swept wide. This time they can't keep it in. But again, they're getting in behind Archie Gray. They've seen the weakness. For me, Spurs need to buy another left back. You can't be playing him there. After only 10 minutes already, they're getting in behind him time and time again. And they're winning all of the second balls in midfield. They're going forward quickly. And Spurs have started how Spurs start in away games. Anyway, throw into Tottenham. Left-hand side. Not a new mic. This is actually my old mic, but on the new mic stand. That's what it is. But yes, it's much better sound, isn't it? Much better sound, this mic. Here's Archie Gray. Sonny. Sonny's just given the ball away. And the same player, I think it was the same player, has had another volley from about 20, 25 yards. And it's just flown over the bar this time. But yeah, we look at 6s and 7s here. Again, Dragusin has given the ball away with a hospital pass, wins it back. But I tell you what, we are looking very shaky here. Here is Sonny, who's got the ball. Can we get into their half? Gives it to Maddison, who's had to drop deep to get it. The Galatasaray player is still down injured. Spurs are not putting it out. Not a head injury, so we don't have to. Here's a sweeping ball over the top. Sonny heads it down, and the goalkeeper comes out and claims it. It's all over the place at the moment. If we're honest, it's all over the place at the moment, Tottenham. And when we're saying this is good for let's be fair. We've got 3 youngsters playing. For me, they've not been, they've not been in a scenario like this before. But let's have a look. Dragusin. Well, I think that was a foul. I think he's lucky to get away with one there. I think he's lucky. I hope so, HMQ. I haven't seen any sign of it yet, but you're right. We need someone to calm it down. Tarquin, dude, listen, you just relax. I see you come in. You just say a lot of stuff to antagonize people. Just, if you keep it calm, no one's going to block you, all right? No one's going to block you. So Spurs need to settle down here. We really do. This has been a really poor opening 13 minutes from Tottenham Hotspur. We've got to settle down. I think, if we go 2 down, it could be a long night. However, grab the next goal and it's anybody's game. But we haven't done anything as an attacking force just yet. Davinson Sanchez again dinks a long ball over the top. Osserman wins the header. Again, a great ball swept out wide. Fair play. Porro got his head on it, but the header only goes as far as Galatasaray. And again, they're just swarming all over us. Yes. Yes. By the way, yes, Torreira is playing. Sorry, Torreira is playing. They're in again here, Galatasaray, and it's out for a goal kick. Dragusin did well there, but the back four looks all over the shop at the moment. The midfield looks all over the shop, and the forwards have not got into the game. Tarquin, say things pro-Arsenal, but I think you've got to read the room a little bit, mate. All right? You've got to read the room a little bit. Here's Torreira, plays the ball out wide. Again, they've got all the freedom of the park here, Galatasaray. They've got the freedom of the park, and we're not really doing anything. Yeah, lots of people have been saying that lately about the adverts. I've not changed anything my end. Probably best off, if people don't like adverts, just getting YouTube Premium and you don't have to watch any. Yeah, look, Cold Army, I just think it's, I think he's had a difficult start to life at Spurs. And again, I just don't think it helps that every single Spurs fan in the summer just went well overboard about these youngsters. Hang on. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, we go overboard about everybody. But here's Archie Gray. He's got the ball at left back. This time he can put his foot on it. Goes back safely to Fraser Forster. Fraser Forster plays the ball out again. These dangerous passes that we play out from the back. This time, though, Basuma's done brilliantly. Basuma's picked the ball up. This is Basuma at his best. Picked the ball up, evaded the press, run past his man who's kicked him and got a yellow card. It was a blatant foul. So Basuma taking a bit of pressure off of Tottenham, but this has not been a good 15 minutes here. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. People are saying this isn't a game for the youngsters. To me, I don't think it's just the youngsters. I think some of the senior pros need to sort it out. There's only 3 kids playing, though. Let's be honest. Like, I feel like we're talking like we've got a team of 11 kids out there. We've got 3 out there. The rest are senior pros. But yeah, well, our fan base just goes a bit too early, mate. Yeah, it just goes a bit too early. For me, again, I don't want to see Archie Gray at left back. He's struggling. He's not a left back. I feel for the kid. I really, really do feel for the kid. I think he is struggling massively as the Muslera kicks the ball down the field. Hopeless punt, not won this time by Icardi. James Maddison's double teamed and loses the ball. Now the ball goes out wide to Galatasaray. Archie Gray again. He's one-on-one with Barris. Barris is going to run at him, beats him easily, and then Basuma can clear it. But Archie Gray is getting skinned every time. And this time Basuma mopping up again. And Basuma, for me, has been the pick of a bad bunch today, and wins a free kick for Tottenham. But we've got to sort this out. This left back playing Gray there is not working. It is not working at all. He is getting absolutely. Jimmy, I think all of them, other than Basuma, are struggling. I think Maddison's not started well. Berg hasn't. I don't think Dragusin has. I don't think Porro has. Son's not doing anything. Basuma again there. Look, he's getting on the ball. At least he's getting on the ball. He's doing the sensible thing, and he's trying to drive us out of the pressure. Yeah, he's done well again there. Here's Dragusin. He plays the ball forward, and it's cleared out for a Tottenham throw-in. So not the greatest 17 and a half minutes you'll see. I wouldn't have Gray starting in the game, mate. I wouldn't have Gray starting. I just don't rate him. If we're going to see him, put him in midfield. But I don't think I don't think Angie's helping the young lad. I really don't. His son beats his man, does he? He does, then gets the foul. No, the ref said play on. Here's Gray further up the pitch. Gray with a good ball forward to Brennan Johnson. Tottenham have equalised. That was a good goal. Gray floated the ball over the top and Brennan Johnson laid it back 5 yards. Tottenham with their first real attack. 1-1. We're back on level terms. And have we rode the storm? Tottenham won. Galatasaray won. Really happy for Will Lancashire. He couldn't miss. He didn't miss. Good build-up. Son tried to take his man on. Good refereeing, by the way. He could have stopped it for a foul. Didn't. Let the game play on. I'm just watching this again. Archie Gray. Really good ball from Archie Gray. Over the top. Let's just check that everyone's onside. Yes, they are. And Archie Gray's ball. Brennan Johnson cushioned it into the path. And Will Lancashire getting his first senior goal for Tottenham Hotspur. And the smile on the lad's face said it all. Really, really like that. Great goal. Really well played by Tottenham. And straight away, Tottenham have cancelled out the goal by Galatasaray. Tottenham away to Galatasaray. Galatasaray won. Tottenham won. Really good ball by Gray. Really good ball. Not gonna doubt it. Just defensively, he can't play. There's another ball over the top by Galatasaray. This time, the Tottenham centre-backs deal with it nice and easily. So 1-1, a lively 19 minutes. Is that going to settle Spurs down? No, we've lost the ball again. This time we get the foot in. We need to put our foot on the ball. Just put our foot on the ball. Calm it down. That's all we've got to do. Someone's got to calm it down. No. So that's not a serious conversation for me. No, he's not our most dangerous player in any way, shape or form. There's a ball played out wide to, I can't see who that is. Whoever it is has just gone past Bergval like he's not there. Bergval looks like he's really struggling to keep pace with his runner. There's a ball swept wide. Now the winger again is one-on-one with Gray. Son has come back and helped him out there. That's what Son's going to have to do. And now this is Sara. Sara goes out wide left. And Galatasaray just having a 30-second spell or so of possession. They've put the ball into the air. It was one. James Maddison tracking back, won the ball, gave it to Basuma. Basuma's given it to Bergval. He goes to Brennan Johnson, who plays it back to Porro. Maybe we can all settle down a little bit and have a couple of minutes where we all calm down. Yeah, listen, I agree. I agree. It was a really good ball. I just don't want to see him in defence. Don't want to see the guy in defence. Galatasaray have won a throw-in. We've got no one in midfield there picking up. We're quite deep from a midfield perspective, to be honest. Galatasaray are going to try and play it through at the lines again. Osman lays it off. The ball goes back to, was that Luca Torreira? Back to Davinson Sanchez. I think when we say things like this, it's a little bit silly. Let's try and have some. I want to be a channel where we avoid silly things like this. Come on. As Tottenham try and break and the defender clears the ball. Again, my Aka tonight is doing terribly. 3 of my 5 that are playing are losing. Still a long way to go. But Karabag, who are bottom of the table. Yeah. Karabag, bottom of the table, have gone 1-0 up away at Bodo Glimt as Tottenham win the foul, give it away. I think we've won the foul this time. Archie Gray, for some reason, is all the way over there on the right-hand side. In Betanu, Shamrock Rovers have equalised against the New Saints. What's going on here? They're just showing, I think Spurs have got a free kick. So out on the right-hand side, in the middle of their half, looks like Pedro Porro. I don't know if he's going to float this in, whether or not he's going to play a short ball. He's got the option to do both. Feels like this free kick's taking forever to take place. Someone's just messaged me and said, Lancashire only needs 15 more to overtake Richie's total in a Spurs shirt. Here's Archie, his son. He lays it back to Gray, who's on the halfway line. Gray turns, plays the ball out wide to Son. Sonny cuts inside to Basuma. Basuma's looked lively. Basuma with a great ball dinks over the top to Johnson. And this time he's offside. Good idea. We're almost doing to them what they're doing to us. The first time ball over the top from both teams. It's almost like who can get it right. This time, Johnson was miles offside. Miles offside this time. Okay, great. Yeah, listen, you're not going to convince me. No, I know. It's what our fan base are like. I know. Listen, not for me. Not for me. As a footballer, I don't think he's a great footballer. I think every now and then he scores a goal. I don't think he's a great footballer. Here goes Galatasaray again. We've got two bodies around, though. Looks like we're closing down a lot quicker now, though, since we scored the goal. We're closing down a lot quicker in this game. Before, we were leaving men one-on-one. We are now doubling up. Let's hope we continue to do that. So just 24 minutes or so gone. Galatasaray took the lead with a really good volley. Spurs equalised with a really well-worked goal, started by Gray, knocked down by Johnson, and then swept home by young Will Lancashire. Really good to see. And there's a ball through. I'll tell you what, great save by Forster and missed. Galatasaray should be 2-1. Galatasaray should be 2-1. The ball was played again. One ball took out our entire defence. Osman is onside. Gray's playing him onside. Osman opened his body, but it wasn't the best shape. Osman opened his body, but not enough. Any coach will tell you that. He opened his body, but the wrong way, if that makes sense. Forster low down made the easy save. It then fell to the player on the edge of the box, who had an open goal, really, to curl it into and missed it wide. Here's their winger again, beating Archie Gray, and it's come off of Ben Davies. That's the trouble. Get Gray further forward. Let's stop this bloke being in defence and get him further forward. I want to see what he can do as a footballer. But yeah, at the moment, the back four, the line is all over the place at the moment. The back four. So Galatasaray have a corner kick. Galatasaray corner kick, swept into the 6-yard box and headed clear by Basuma again. For me, he's been our better player. Basuma, for me, has been our best player. But here is Sarah, the ex-Norwich player. The referee's just asking all the players to calm down, so the corner hasn't been taken yet. Sarah's going to whip it in, left-footed to the near post. This time it's cleared by Pedro Porro. I don't know if that went out for a throw. It's gone out for a throw. Galatasaray, it looks like they're going to whip the ball in again from that right-hand side, left-hand side. They've won the ball. Lucas Torreira is going to whip it back in, this time headed by Ben Davies. Really good ball back out to Osman. Osman's going to dink it into the far post. And I don't know if he was offside. It looks like he was offside. But again, they got him behind us. This time, the offside flag did go up. So both teams living a dangerous high line here at times. But it makes for a good match. I mean, he is, depending on which fan you speak to. I mean, you're at the right channel. I'm definitely someone who holds managers to account for the way they play. But it's currently Galatasaray 1, Tottenham 1. You'd say that Galatasaray have had the better of it. But again, Archie Gray knocks off the ball. And now they've got another chance here. Galatasaray have whipped the ball across. And there was no one there to hammer it home. But again, I'm so sorry, guys. But surely I'm not the only one watching that. Gray is not a defender. I feel for him so much. I feel sorry for him at this stage. Here comes Galatasaray again. Every attack, they do look dangerous, don't they? Here's Galatasaray. The ball flicked to this time out for a Spurs throw-in. So far, 4 attacks according to TNT to Galatasaray, 1 to Tottenham. I'm not sure that's quite right, to be honest. But again, Galatasaray with a ball over the top. Yeah, we caught them offside that time. But yeah, he might be talented, but not in defence. He's definitely not talented in defence. I feel for him. He should not be there. Yeah, it should not be there. Look, I suppose it depends on whether football fans want to be objective. I see some people make YouTube channels, then don't want to actually discuss anything like tactics, substitutions. I don't understand that. For me, I'll talk about it all. What's good is good. What's bad is bad. We'll say it as it is. Now, Muslera's got the ball again, just coming up to the 29-minute mark. And this time, Basuma's done well for me in midfield. And this time, no free kick given away there. And again, Galatasaray down the left. This time, the ball was played out. You can see their game plan. You can see their game plan here massively. Yeah, Kirk, I agree. I don't think it's good for his development at all. I think what he's doing is exposing him badly. He's not comfortable there. He's not comfortable at right back, and he's right-footed. At left back, he's definitely not comfortable. Spurs sweep the ball forward. Muslera comes out, hacks it clear. Dragosing clears it. Really poor header, only as far as their midfield. And the ball goes forward, and it's 2-1. If there's no offside flag, there is an offside flag. I thought there would be. That's why I said it. I thought there would be. Osman's saying no. The linesman's having none of it. Again, a ball over the top is undoing us. I think he was offside. We've got to be careful. Same at our end, to be honest, at their end. The ball over the top. But Galatasaray, again, let's have a look how close it was. My immediate first thought was offside. Yes, he was offside. Yeah, my immediate thought was he was offside. And he's doing that. He is offside. Still 1-1. Been lively. It's been really, really lively, if we're going to be completely honest. Now, down the left wing, Bergvall, can he whip it in? No, whip it in with your left foot. He didn't. He pulled it back with his right foot and lost the ball. Dragosing steps out. He loses the ball. Now, Dragosing is caught upfield. Galatasaray can break here. We're all over the place at the back. And again, they're now coming forward down the left. They've now gone into the middle. Looks like Ghent have scored versus Ammonia. And this time, Basuma again breaking down the play in the midfield. Basuma, for me, has been our star player. Here's Bergvall. Bergvall loses the ball. Sorry. Another ball through to Osman. This time it is 2-1. We are wide open. Wide open. And that is such a simple goal. Really poor defending from Tottenham again. There's nothing wrong with that one. It's been coming. If we're going to be completely honest, I know people don't like honesty, but let's be honest. It was coming. Osman, that's the 3rd time in 5 minutes Osman's got through our back four. The first one was saved. The second one was a goal offside. This one was a goal. Tottenham looked wide open at the back. Really wide open at the back. For me, again, I said it in the summer, we needed to buy some defenders. Sun is complaining. I don't know what Sun is complaining about. I think he's been booked. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if the ref... We'll watch all of this again in a minute. They haven't shown a replay yet. So Dragosing came out, fouled their player. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the goal, is there? No, there's nothing wrong with that goal. Really poor. Again, Dragosing, I thought he's had 2 really good games against Man City and against Villa. Tonight, he just looks all over the place. Ben Davies desperately tried to get back at Osman and couldn't. And do you know what, Chloe? Absolutely. You can't be this wide open away from home. We can't. Yeah, look, he's a young lad, but he's not started well, has he? Right, Tarquin, one more of these, you're gone. One more of these, you're gone. All right, everyone, calm down. All right, right. For me, well, again, we've given the ball away again. Archie Gray almost pulled out of the tackle, and again, Archie Gray has taken off the ball. This boy is not ready. I know he got a great pass for the goal, but on the ball, he's so lightweight. He is not ready. I'm so sorry. You can all have a go at me all you want, but him and Bergvall look completely out their depth. Completely out their depth. And Lucas Torreira and Sara are controlling that game in the midfield. I think we need to get a more senior pro on, if I'm honest. I think we need to get Bentancur onto this game, or Sarr. I really do. I really, really do. While we're there, big up. Thank you, Karate, for the super chat earlier on, and big up James Watts. How you doing, buddy? Sorry, that was meant to be that, but I would have hit my mic. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Said Ange out. This is why I don't rate a manager. Look, I don't think it needs to always be Ange in or Ange out, but I do think, again, you know, I just think that there's no consistency. There's still time, but that's a brilliant bit of football by Galatasaray. They're all over us here. They're going through the midfield, and this time the ball is cleared. The shot was poor from Galatasaray, but they look like scoring every time they go forward. Again, they're coming down the left-hand side. Gray again, nowhere to be seen. This time the ball is cleared by Ben Davies, but Spurs look atrocious at the back. Spurs look really poor at the back. Here's Osman. Can't get the ball this time, and Spurs can clear it. Brennan Johnson wins the free kick. Luckily, I think he just looked a bit slow. I agree. I think he needs to make some changes. But again, big up James Watts. Thank you very much. Look, I don't think Ange out at all. I don't think it should be Ange out. But we've got to... It's two different... I don't know if you agree with me, guys. The Spurs we see away from home and the Spurs we see at home, I feel like I support two different football teams. I really feel like I support two different football teams. But hey, Forster, again, what is he doing? He's trying to play the ball out from the back and giving it straight to Galatasaray. What are we doing? Stop playing it out the back. Whoa. I mean, Galatasaray at the moment are in complete control of this game. Another ball over the top. Gray heads it out. Not a good clearance, though. But Son gets back and helps him. Basuma, he gives it away now. This is really poor. This is really, really poor. And this time, Porro won the ball, steps in, clears it. Sonny with a one-on-one, but Sonny just didn't have the pace to see it through. And the defender came across and took candy from a baby. Here's Sara. I've been really impressed with Sara in midfield, the guy who they bought from Norwich. Galatasaray now are on the attack. Spurs have bodies back, but Galatasaray with a man over. They've had a shot from the edge of the box, just rising the whole time from Icardi. And Galatasaray look like they're going to get a third before we do anything. Spurs have to sort this out. We really do. It's not been great. I think Ange needs to change this and soon. Brilliant play by Maddison. That much better. Maddison has evaded the tackle, then ran 30, 40 yards with the ball, given it to Son, and Son is fouled by Davinson Sanchez. Much better there from Maddison. He went to take the ball, dummied, went the other way, drove forward, gave it to Son. Son was taken down by Davinson Sanchez. I mean, it was not the worst foul I've seen, but he did catch him, and it's going to be a Tottenham free kick. But we need to get Son in this game a bit more. He's carrying on this trend of moments player. Big up Shamrock Rovers, who have taken the lead to the New Saints after being 1-0 down. So Tottenham with a chance here to get an equaliser. The ball is out on the left-hand side. It's going to be whipped in, is it? Left-footed? No. He leaves it to Maddison. Maddison whips it in. It's a ball all the way high, and it's a poor cross from Maddison. No two ways about it. Poor cross from James Maddison there into the arms of Muslera. And it's Galatasaray 2, Tottenham 1, nearly 38 minutes gone. But the passing is poor. The defending's poor. I don't know. It all looks a bit suspect to me. Again, Archie Gray beaten in the air, but then gets the second ball. Much better that from Gray. But that you can see what they're targeting. You can see what they're targeting. Dragusin again with a really bad ball out. And Galatasaray are running through. It's going to be 3-1. Oh, great save by Forster. It should be 3-1. That's the fourth chance of the game for Osimhen. A cross whipped in this time and cleared. Again, Radu Dragusin is having a nightmare. Radu Dragusin is passing out straight to them. One ball cut through all of us. And again, sorry, every time I try and explain something, here's the winger, one-on-one with Archie Gray. He's going to give and go. There's a ball whipped into the middle, and it's 3-1 this time again. It's 3-1 again. How many times do we have to see that ball over the top? How many times? And Victor Osimhen is ripping us to pieces. Victor Osimhen should have 4 or 5. He's got 2. He should have more. Awful defending from Tottenham Hotspur. We're not learning. They are murdering Gray down the middle, down the left, and they are murdering Dragusin and Davis in the middle. We look awful. He's got to change this. He's got to change this. Osimhen is ripping us a new one. The ball was laid off right into the middle. Guys, I'm telling you what you can see. But the ball was whipped into the middle. No one got anywhere near him. And 7 yards out, 8 yards out, Osimhen puts it in. That's the forward. That's the forward we should have got. Love Victor Osimhen. This guy is ripping us a new one. And now Galatasaray, I'll change it. I just wanted to check for offsides. Galatasaray 3-1. This game should be 4 or 5 if we're honest. And again, if you're going to play a watered-down team in Europe, at least put people in their right positions, because this looks horrible. This looks horrible. And at the moment, Brennan Johnson, again, the defender took the ball off him like candy from a baby. Who's that guy who said he's our most dangerous player? He's good at tap-ins, but when you put him one-on-one, he can't beat a man. Ian, it's awful. Listen, I said, get a draw. I said, don't get battered. Because this looks really poor. And I don't want excuses about this. Is the squad we went into the season with. Again, Archie Gray gives the ball away. Again, sorry, he's got to come off. Gray and Bergvall, for me, have got to come off. They both look so out of their depth. I know that people want to say it's good for them. This is not good for anyone. This is not good for their confidence, and this can't be good for their learning. This can't be. Ashley Phillips should be at Spurs, or maybe put Dorrington on at second half. But we can't keep doing what we're doing. Here's Bergvall again. He's just run the ball into the player. Bergvall, for me, has been the worst player on the pitch. I bless him. He's not ready. I feel for these kids. I really do. I don't think what Ange is doing for them is any good at all. I know there's those that can't say anything, critique anything about Ange, but this just looks like he's made a monumental mistake at the moment. Galatasaray, for the first time now, just not attacking us. They're sitting in their own half. There's the ball out wide to Bergvall. Can he do anything from the wing? He's given it away. Luckily wins the throw-in. I think you're going to see sweeping changes at half-time. But, as we said, when we've got injuries, when you've got suspensions, that's when you're going to see how good the squad is. And this so far has been boys versus men, if we're going to be brutally honest. This is boys versus men. And I think Galatasaray have had it very easy. I agree, but this is the setup he's gone with. I agree, mate. I think he's got it very wrong. I think he's got it very wrong. Yeah, we are giving the ball away a lot. But for me, I think for their sake, not ours as fans, for their sake, I would take off the two youngsters at half time. I would take the two youngsters off because at the moment it's overshadowing what should be a really good night for Lancashire. Again, Bergvall gives the ball away. He is struggling, guys. He is really, really struggling. Ben Davies lumps it forward. Davinson Sanchez gives it away this time to Bergvall, who loses the ball again. Luckily, the ball ricochets to Porro. Porro goes down the line to Johnson. Back to Porro. Back to Johnson. Johnson, take your man on. Stop cutting in. Take your man on. He is such a bad player, like a ball player. Spurs, we're just struggling all over the pitch. Let's be brutally honest. We are struggling all over the pitch. But you can't be this open. You can't be this open. You can't. Madness. Well, that wasn't a foul, but you can't be this open. Scores as well. Bodo Glimt. Mayaka's looking better now. Shamrock have turned it around to 2-1. I need Nice to score at home to 20. There's another cross from Galatasaray, the header this time over the bar by Icardi. Every time they go forward, they look like they're going to score. A really, really poor half. And what will happen is we'll then go and batter Ipswich and all will be forgiven. But hey, listen, a few changes at half-time needed here. There's a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur for the foul. It was a foul by Lucas Torreira in the back of James Maddison. I don't know. I didn't make them favourites. I don't know. Yeah. So this time, Basuma plays it short to Gray. Back to Basuma. He goes back to Ben Davies. Oh, go away, mate. I hate it when this guy comes in. You're allowed to critique. It's not that we're losing. It's that we're being ripped open. It's, you're allowed to critique. It's really silly when people say things like that. It's not that we're losing. It's that we're being ripped open and have conceded 3 and 45. And realistically, we should have conceded 5 or 6 if we're going to be honest to ourselves. Three minutes of injury time. We've won the ball here in defence. The long ball played forward. Again, easily mopped up by the defender. And Galatasaray are going to come down this left-hand side again. And Archie Gray must be hating this. Archie Gray must be hoping to be taken off this pitch. He has not enjoyed himself out there at all. They're one-on-one with Gray again. They've laid it back for the 2-on-1 here. The ball's going to be pushed into the box. It's a shot from about 25 yards this time, just wide of the post from Gabriel Sara, who's, I think, been very good in this half. I think this has been awful. The forwards, the midfield, the defence, the keeper. I think this is a very bad day. So, Galatasaray with 45 seconds of the first half. And Spurs clear the ball. It's a throw into Galatasaray. And I think everyone needs this whistle to go. Everybody needs this whistle to go. No panic or anything, but this is a Tottenham away performance, isn't it? It's look, there's enough good players on that pitch that we shouldn't be seeing what we're seeing here. Dragusin again clears it straight to the Galatasaray player. Here's Davinson Sanchez. He must be loving this. Lucas Torreira, there's about 15 seconds to go. They're one-on-one with Archie Gray again down the right. He's going to take him on. He's beaten him, whipped the ball into the keeper's hands, and that will be half-time. It's Galatasaray 3, Tottenham 1. Tottenham have got to make some serious changes at half-time. Some serious changes at half-time. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, guys, girls, you know the score. Tell me what, in 5 words, sum it up for me. In 5 words, sum this up for me. Oh, hang on. Let me know what you think. 5 words, sum up this game for me. For me, on the spot, I would say completely and utterly outplayed. All over the park. First balls, second balls, crosses, tackles, defensive mistakes, passing's awful. And again, I just think the two, I'm not going to... Philip, I've said for ages, I don't think he's ready for this level. I really don't. I know it was a good pass for the goal, but there's more to it. Okay. Yeah. Right. By the way, guys, what I will do is when this game finishes, I'm going to have a break between about 7:30 and 9 o'clock or so, and then I will come on and do a late show. Purely, I wouldn't have done one because normally Tottenham away do, but they're not going to do one. But yes, so I will be doing a late night show as well. So I'm just trying to see who I can rustle up. Yeah. Really, really poor. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just really, really poor first half. That it started as it finished, right? They were hungrier, first to every ball. I don't know. Like we can pick out individual players. I think all of them have played poorly. I think that the best I can say from that would have been Basuma. And I want to give one positive. Well done to Will Lancashire getting his first senior goal for Tottenham Hotspur. First senior goal. I think well done to the young lad. It's been a very difficult game for him because no one's getting the ball to him. We're not playing well. But, other than that, it's been awful. The tackling, the passing, our marking from free kicks, from corners. He's not got it right. I expect to see 3 subs this half. Maddison's not been in the game. Bergvall, Porro, Gray, Son, Brennan Johnson, Dragusin, Davis. For me, I mean, flick a coin as to who should come off. I think they've all been absolutely dreadful. Can you bear with me 1 second? Hang on, mate. I haven't set the show up yet. I will do for 9. Could you do me a favor? Sorry, I'm currently live, so everyone on my live show can hear this. Do you want to put a thing into like people like Dan and Ian Lubo if they want to join me at 9 o'clock? Iggy as well. If they want to join me at 9, we'll talk about the game. Cheers. Much love. Hope you get better. Sorry, I just started speaking to Stel there. I was just seeing if he was doing a show tonight, and I wouldn't have done one, but it looks like he's not. So we'll do that. We'll let everyone after the game go away, have their time to think, and then we'll come back. Let me know if you want me to do a show, by the way, at 9 o'clock, and we will do one. It's up to you guys. We don't have to. Right, move Gray to right back, Davis to left centre back, and bring on a Dogie. He's got to do something. He's got to do something. Mix Mitchell said, Saeed trying to call you. I don't know what that means. What do you mean, Mix Mitchell? Saeed trying to call me? Did you mean that? Saeed as in Saeed YouTuber? 5 words. I put a smile on my face. Yeah, the Arsenal fans are going to be here tonight loving this, aren't they? Absolutely, they're going to be. Look, we need an early goal. We need an early goal like we saw against Aston Villa. But for me, got to make changes. He's got to now. He's really, really got to make changes. Big Joe Trapper said Bergvall has to come off, and I don't want to see him again. send him on loan. A user, big up to you for the super chat. Thank you very much. I'll try and get to as many comments as possible. By the way, a user has said Ange must make changes, but half the team has not shown up. I mean, when you say half the team's not shown up, a user, big up for the super chat. I think you mean the whole team has not shown up. I think the tactics look dreadful tonight. The players look dreadful tonight. Everything looks awful tonight. As I've said, for I don't know how long I've said this for, Tottenham Hotspur are so inconsistent. It is unbelievable. There is enough good players on this pitch, right? There is enough good players. Yeah, look, I will do a show. I will do a show later at 9 o'clock. I'll have a break at 7:30, and then we'll do a show at 9. Brian has said we don't have to finish top of this league. 8th will do. That's the only reason I can see why Ange played the kids in an away game. Sure, but the whole team isn't young. It's only 3 of them, right? We're not, Dragusin and Davis aren't kids. They look really bad. Porro's been poor. Maddison's not a kid. Sonny and Johnson aren't kids. Look, I said if we lose, we lose. But there's a way to lose, and this is definitely not it. Adam Phillips saying recall. Ashley Phillips shouldn't have been loaned out. By the way, please do smash the like button. Only 268 likes. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. We've just gone over 14.1k. So let's see how quickly we can get to 14.2. We'll give away more tickets when we get to 15k. Who else have we got here? Moore is not well and did not travel with the squad. So Moore did not travel. Kip, I haven't spoken to Sean for a while. He keeps changing his number. I am hearing that he might be coming back soon, though. So I hope he is all right wherever he is. I agree. This is what I've said. This is why when people keep telling me every game, I get, oh, look what you said about Ange. Oh, look, for me, we're just a team full of inconsistency. I'm not expecting us to go out and win 5-0 at Galatasaray, but that first half was completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. For me, at the moment, I think you've got to get your senior pros on here. I think you've got to get your senior pros on, 3 or 4 of them, if we're going to be brutally honest, because this looks poor. I'm not just blaming the youngsters. I'm blaming everyone. But I mean, Archie Gray down this left-hand side has been taken to the cleaners by the winger. Absolutely taken to cleaners by the 2 on that side, doubling up on him. Bergvall has really, really struggled. Really, really struggled. They're showing here. He's giving the ball away in midfield. Look, it's really bad. Daniel saying Phillips is not even a starter for Stoke City. I mean, yeah, he's not played a lot for them. For me, we had to buy in the summer. We needed to buy more senior pros. I don't know how many times I have to say it. We needed senior pros. Listen, who knows? Maybe one quick goal can change this game. What do you reckon? Maybe one quick goal could change this game. Thank you for the 3 people that just subscribed. Can we get another 10 subscribers before the second half starts? That would be amazing. William McKenzie said, who gassing up Dragu now? I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Let me know. I won't have any of this sort of talk, please. I won't have any of this sort of talk, please. Just let's not be silly. Let's try and be adults for a bit. John Thompson said, actually worried about United now. Amorim is a proper coach than that egghead that gifted us points every year. Listen, Amorim's a very good coach. I think Man United will be just fine with him. If they give him a bit of time, I think they'll be just fine. Dio has said, everyone who overlooked Galatasaray needs to be reprimanded. They're a good team with more talent in their team than us. Well, look, for me, look, we said before the game, Osman and Icardi starting, we're going to have to be on it at the back, and we're not. And Osman has ripped us apart, hasn't he? Osman making those runs has ripped us apart. And unfortunately, we really, really have struggles. Boxing Kangaroo has said, yeah, most senior pros cost higher weekly wages. Won't happen. We've got to. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this. It's okay against Karabag. It's okay against AZ Alkmaar. It's okay against Ferencvaros. We're not playing those teams tonight. So look, can we get an early goal? Let me know, guys and girls, in the chat. What is the final score of this game going to be? I'm going to go with 4-2 to Galatasaray now. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I'm going to go with 4-2, maybe 5-2. But at the moment, he's got to change something. We know that much. Barry has said Archie Gray is not a fullback. Why does he get talked up? Look, as I said, I feel sorry for the lad. I feel really, really sorry. I think this is awful management, what Ange's doing. I'm sorry. Credit where it's due for things like Man City and Villa. When I see him do things like putting Archie Gray at left back, I think it's just god-awful management. I do not know what he is doing to this young lad. Wow. Yeah, wow. That's bad, isn't it? That's really, really, really bad. Jay Ashraf has said, still shocked we didn't try and get Osman on loan. I would have loved Osman. I think he's just a bully, isn't he? He just gets in those positions. Thank you for the 2 other people that just subscribed. Very generous people. Can we get 5 more before half-time finishes? That would be absolutely amazing. Oh, he's had a mare. He's had a mare. His passing out from the back is disgusting. It's really, really bad. Look, I think he had 2 very good games before this one. Today, he's really struggled, though. He has really, really struggled. 1 second. Oh, I was about to chat for you. Yeah, do you want to leave that door open? Have fun. Wait. Oh, God. Be careful. South London out there. Have fun. Sorry, just saying goodbye to the wife, everyone. She's had enough of Spurs. Forster is done, says Gum. Look, I mean, look, again, we didn't want to buy a goalkeeper over the last 2-3 years. We didn't want to buy one. How was Davinson cooking? Well, Davinson Sanchez has had a good game, hasn't he? He's had a really good game. So, by the way, people, when this game finishes, I will finish the stream and then I'll do another one between 9 and about 10:30. So that everyone can go away, have their hour and a half, and then hopefully you all come back and watch, and I'll try and get a few YouTubers to join me. So we'll do that at 9 p.m. And still read Shoot. Oh, gosh, I forgot that. Was it Match and Shoot were the 2 football magazines, weren't they? Before the days of the internet. Emma said, Savva, can your missus play centre-back? She'd probably do a better job than some of the centre-halves playing tonight. Billy, completely agree. Where is it? Sorry, Billy, completely agree. I feel for Lancashire. Listen, really happy for him. He got his goal. That's the only positive I can put on tonight is Will Lancashire's goal. It's the positive. By the way, guys and girls, come on, 5 more of you can subscribe. Surely, let me put the link in the chat. And if you would be so kind, you know, I'm doing my best trying to give you a full kind of commentary experience as well, and trying to interact with as many of you as possible. There is the link. If you'd be so kind. There you go. If you would be so kind, that would be amazing. There is the link as we push on and we're trying to get towards the 15K. And Savva said Bergvall is horrible. He needs to be loaned out. Look, I think horrible is harsh, but I just don't think he's ready. I've said this all season that I've seen him when he comes on. I just don't think he's ready. I tell him to email me, Jeff. Tell him to email me. I've got a different number to when he would have had me before. Tell him to email me, and I will, and I can work with him, or to get my number off somebody else that he works with. Oh, actually, Jeff, if you speak to him. Oh, hang on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell 1 second. Tap in Tobes. He works with Saeed, doesn't he? 1 second. 1 second, people. Tap in Tobes. Where are we? Tap in Tobes. Hello, mate. Could you do me a favor? I'm just live, but people are saying that Saeed is trying to get in contact with me. Could you possibly give him my new number, please? Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. And yeah, Spurs look absolutely shocking at the moment, don't they? Thanks, bro. Sorry, just a little cheeky message to tap in Tobes then. Where are we? Listen, can we stop this, please? Not on my channel. I don't want this nonsense on my channel. Henry is my mate. I don't want any of this nonsense, please. It's really, really childish and really, really silly. Yun said, Savva, if we conceded one more, I'm heading to bed. No way I'm standing up to watch this rubbish. It looks like Bentancur is stripped and ready to come on. I saw Dorrington warming up there as well. We'll see what happens there. But it's a really poor first half. We're going to really have to shake things up this second half. Yeah, I think that's Dorrington warming up. I don't know. He's not stripped and ready to come on. So Dominic Solanke is in shot now as well. I don't think he's coming on just yet. Ash, come on. There's no, sorry, Ash. There's ways to lose a game. Come on. This performance has been disgusting. It's not about if it's a massive game, but come on. Yeah. I do have a new number. But yeah, I've asked Tobes to send him my number, so we'll see what happens. We need Kulu on. I think we need a lot. For me, I think we got to sort this back four out, definitely. So Kulu is coming on, as is Bentancur. Bentancur and Kulusevski are coming on. I'll let you know who's going off in just a second. Johnson has gone off. Brennan Johnson has gone off for Bentancur. Johnson has gone off for Bentancur. Again, other than the goal, did nothing. And number 7 is coming off as well, which is obviously Son, who hasn't, let's be fair, he's not really done anything again. He's starting to fade from games massively now, isn't he? All the youngsters still on. It's going to be really interesting to see what he does with this lineup. Maybe Maddison to the left, Lancashire through the middle, and Kulu to the right. But let's see as the second half starts. I'm about 3 seconds behind time. There's the ball immediately in, and they nearly got in again. They nearly got in behind us in the first 10 seconds. Nearly got in behind us again in the first 10 seconds. And Galatasaray again winning the ball in the midfield. There's a ball over the top. Here's Icardi. Icardi rifles one over the bar. And again, the second half has started how the first half ended. Already, they've got in behind us twice. We have got to sort out this defensive line. It is a shambles. It is an absolute shambles. Icardi took the ball down well, but his volley just flew over the bar. I agree. I think all good things come to an end. Here's the ball. Oh, poor Lancashire. Poor touch there. And now Sarah is going to go through. Bergval fouls him, and Sarah wins the free kick. Oh, sorry, I'm going to put my heating on. Sorry, it is freezing in my house. I don't know if it's just because the front door was open, but it is cold. It is cold. 1 second. Let's put the heating on. How long do we want to put the heating on for? 2 hours will do, won't it? Yeah, let's put the heating on. Yeah, it's not been a good game, but what can Spurs do now? So here's Maddison, who's gone out wide to the left. The referee has given a foul. So can Spurs get the next goal and get back into this game? All I know is we've got to have a much better second half than we did first half. There's the ball played back to. We're still playing it out from the back. It's madness. And again, Archie Gray has lost the ball again. The ball's whipped in. It's not a good ball whipped in. But again, Archie Gray caught on the ball. I would have taken him off for his own sake here. Here's Galatasaray again. A free kick given away this time by Kulu for the foul on Osman, who's gone down holding his ankle. Yeah, please do smash the like button if you haven't already. It really does help the show. We've only got just over 304 likes. And please do subscribe to the show if you haven't already. That really helps as well. So big up to every single one of you there. Of course you do. Of course you do. When people say, oh, Barca play a high line, Barca are a much better football team than us. You've got to bend and adapt. But look, as I said, it's not about the losing. It's just the performance is awful. Here's Sarah for Galatasaray. Whips it into the back post. Forster's dropped it. It's going to be 4-1. No, it's not. Saved off the line. They're still going. Can we clear it? Yes, we can. Oh, my God. It is horrible to watch. This is horrible. Every ball into our box. Every ball. Galatasaray are not stopping. Everyone said they're going to run out of steam. They are not stopping. He's running at Gray again. He's beaten Gray again and still got it. Gray held him up well that time. Gray did well, better that time. Gray looks. I feel I'm at the point where I feel sorry for him. I feel that it's out of order. But the cross that came in, hello Stewie, the pugs come to see us. As the cross came in, Forster just dropped it. And then there was this almighty scramble in the box. And it's now a corner kick. It's now a corner kick to Galatasaray. And if this goes 4-1, the game could end anything. A lot of hustle in the box. The ball to the edge of the box. Another volley. Oh, I thought it was in. I thought it was in. Another volley. I think it's Yunus again, showing that the person who earlier said lucky goal, again, it was the older fans will remember this. It was the Darren Anston, Teddy Sheringham corner. Played straight from the corner to the edge of the box, the volley, and it took a deflection and went just wide. Galatasaray are peppering us here. Another corner, again, to the edge of the box. And this time, the referee has seen a foul. And it's a free kick to Tottenham in our own box. But someone's got to put their foot on the ball here. Let's have a look and see if I can find out some goal stats. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. 15 shots to Tottenham's 1. 15 shots to Tottenham's 1. I mean, we've got to change this. Oh, thanks, Tobes. Thanks, bro. Really appreciate that. Sorry for sounding really quick. I'm in the middle of a live watch along, so all of my viewers are listening to me talk to you. Cheers, mate. Let's see what Saeed wants. But yes, big up to Tapping Tobes. 1 shot so far in 50 minutes. 1 shot in 50 minutes. Here's Bergval. And this time, again, yeah, it's not our day, is it? This time it went out to Kulu. The ball was behind him and it hit Kulu's heel and went out for a throw on. Yeah, not a good day at the office for Tottenham Hotspur so far. Not a good day at all. As I said, just don't get spanked. Don't lose the goal difference that we built up. Let's have a look what this does, by the way, to the Europa League table as it stands. Hang on, Bentancur's won the ball in midfield. He tries to play a ball through to Lancashire, but Davinson Sanchez won the ball. And now, no, I thought Galatasaray were going to break. No, they've not. Instead, they are playing it back to goal, but it looks like now they're going to break forward. Sanchez plays a ball through the middle. They're in, through on goal again. Dragu Singh this time holds his man up well. The ball's dinked to the back post. It should be 4. Guys and girls, it should be 4. Victor Osimhen with a point-blank header. It should be 4. At the moment, Galatasaray are top of the Europa League. Lazio are second. Anderlecht are third. Tottenham have gone down to 4th. And our goal difference gone down to 3. So, at the moment, just don't let the goal difference go down. But again, Osimhen with another. I mean, I don't know how many chances he's had alone, Victor Osimhen. But it's going to be a yellow card here for Will Lancashire. I think he's getting a yellow card. Lancashire, Davinson Sanchez is consoling him. Is it yellow or is it just a free kick? Yeah, he kind of went in. It wasn't in the face, but it went in a bit too much of his arm. He should have telegraphed that a bit more, and it is a yellow card to Will Lancashire. So the young lad scored a goal, yellow card. It's all happening. It's all happening. There's too many scores for me to read them all through at the moment, by the way. And another foul by Bergval, this time on Sara, who I've been really impressed with. The lad they bought from Norwich, been really impressed with him. Let me know what you think. Do you think Sara's played well for them? think he's had a good game as Gabriel Sara. Here's Galatasaray again. They are dominating, aren't they? A ball this time given away, actually. And Tottenham can break, can they? James Maddison was trying to break, and this time Gabriel Sara is going to get a yellow card. It's been a little battle between those two. I think they've both been booked. I know Sara has been. Yeah, he pulled Maddison back on his shoulder. He pulled him back. Olympiacos are 1-0 up against Rangers. By the way, Olympiacos 1-0 up against Rangers. I'll try and give you some goals. Who else is playing? Anyone of note? Ludogorets are beating Athletic Bilbao 1-0. So Ludogorets are beating Bilbao. Bilbao also one of the top 3 favourites for this competition with the bookies as well. And they're through again on goal. Again, Ottoman, he's gone a bit wide this time. But every time the ball over the top is on, it's almost as though we haven't worked on it at half time. And again, we've given it away. Dragusin, the through ball. They're asking for a penalty. They're not going to get it. Again, I'll tell you what, Galatasaray, every attack looked like they're going to score a goal. Every single attack looked like they are going to score a goal. Madness. Look, I think it's on everyone. Oh, hang on. Osman's in again. He's laid it off to Icardi. He's taken a touch. Blocked this time. The shots are racking up. Like wow, this is poor. We're still trying to pass it out the back. And we've given it away again. Osman, they turned in the box, the ball across, and this time deflected into the arms of Forster. What are we doing? Surely the conversation at half time is relax. Stop playing it out the back. Relax a little bit. Nope. Wow. I'm just shocked at how bad this is. There's a through ball. This time the defender does very well for Galatasaray. Galatasaray can break. But the gap's in behind again. Here's the ball in behind Archie Gray. They're in behind Gray. He's taken Gray to the cleaners there. Back to Icardi. Icardi can't get the shot off. Holds it up. I think he's gone back to, is that Mertens? I think it might go, I can't see who that is, but the ball's gone out wide. They've got bodies in the box. They've taken us to the cleaners again. The ball's come across, and it should be 4 again. It should be 4 off the line this time. Defending, I think it was Pedro Porro off the line. Victor Osimhen, I kid you not, right? Victor Osimhen should have 5 goals easily. I think, actually, it was the keeper. Sorry. The ball across was brilliant. Victor Osimhen with the shot. And to be fair to Forster, good save low down with his foot. This game, wow, this game, we need the final whistle, don't we? Unless we score the next goal. Wow. There's another cross into the box, into the middle. Victor Osimhen with another header wide of the goal. I mean, we are being absolutely pulled from pillar to post here. Really, really badly pulled from pillar to post. Let's have a look. They've had 19 shots and 8 on target. 19 shots and 8 on target. It's really poor. Really, really poor from Tottenham. Mark, I just don't know. I don't know. Listen, by the way, for his sake, Tushy, for his sake, he should be taken off. For his sake. Oh, Dan, you don't want to watch it. Hang on. This time, Lancashire plays the ball through to Kulu. He's trying to get the shot off into Lancashire, and he's shot. He should have done better, the lad. Should have done better. He had time to turn and shoot, and it's the second shot of the game for Spurs. This is only the second shot of the game. He had time. He should have buried that, if I'm honest. I know that sounds hypercritical. He should have buried that. Dan, it's been the worst I've seen for years, this performance. Again, Jekyll and Hyde, and there's enough senior players out there, Dan. Like in the midfield at the moment, you've got Maddison, Basuma, Bentancur, and Kulusevski. You know, you've got Porro, Dragoshin, Davis. You know, there it shouldn't be this bad. It shouldn't be. And Mayaka is now officially dead. Nice nil 22. So 2-0 to 20. Tottenham make a mess of that corner. Here's Sara. He's going to play it through again. Sara, he's going to look for the ball over the top, is he? Yeah, he is. He's played the ball out wide. And again, every time they go forward, this time, to be fair, Porro cuts it out. Every single time they play that ball over the top. And just got to sort it out. It's got to be sorted out. We're just coming up to just nearly an hour. But does everyone now see why, when I don't get carried away, we are so Jekyll and Hyde? You know, so Jekyll and Hyde. They're saying that Eunice has had 4 attempts. Victor Osimhen's had 8. It's madness. And again, we've given the ball away. Kulu this time. Kulu gave the ball away and Osimhen couldn't wriggle through our defence, but everyone's given it away. Kulu, Bergval, Gray, Maddison, all of them are giving the ball away. Bentancur's just giving it away. He wins it back, does he? Yes. And now he's giving it away. Poor pass into Kulu. They've now given it away. Here's Will Lancashire. He's holding the ball up. He's held it up so long, though, that he's lost it. And this is... and now Will Lancashire is going to get a red card. Will Lancashire is off. Will Lancashire has been sent off. And this kind of epitomises the game. He's gone from the best night of his life to an awful night. Bless him, the poor lad. I think that was just lack of experience there from the young lad. He wanted the foul. He didn't get it. And he ran over and made the tackle. Listen, he's young. He's going to learn from that. But Ange is sitting there shaking his head. But again, it was a silly foul when you're on a yellow card. It really is a silly card. It's a bad foul. When you watch it from behind, it is a bad foul. And now Tottenham are going to play with 10 men. And Galatasaray, this has been a tough night at the office, hasn't it? You know, for me, I think the youngsters should have been off a long time ago. Another mistake by Dragusin. Lets Osimhen come in. He gives a good ball into Mertens. Dries Mertens is wriggling through, but too many bodies this time, and Spurs do well to bring it away. And we've given it away. We've given it away 20 yards out. And the shot is blocked this time by Archie Gray. What are we doing? They are toying with us. Another save and another... Oh, my gosh. They're taking the piss. The Galatasaray player... Right, the Galatasaray player flicked the ball over the head, volleyed it, saved low down. He chested it down, volleyed it. The keeper saved it. Really poor goalkeeping in essence because he put it right into the middle. And Dragusin saved us. I mean, listen, Romero makes his mistakes as well. Let's not rewrite history here. Let's not rewrite history. The Rangers have equalised at Olympiacos. Rangers 1-1, but Galatasaray with another cross into the box, this time cleared, and a volley straight at, wow, Forster, what a save. Really good volley from the Galatasaray player. Forster saved it. Galatasaray, and it's another corner. They are battering us. This is now at the point of embarrassment. Forster, for as bad as he was in the first half, has had some great saves. The ball fell to the player, rocketed. Thank you. Yes, SOF. Yeah. And they're going to have to retake the corner. I don't know what's going on there. This is madness. This is absolutely madness. Dessers, by the way. Hang on 1 second. Saeed, I'm doing a live watch along. Are you live? Ah. Saeed's live and I'm live. Oh, are you ringing up to take the piss?
You could be easily 10-1 down.
Can you guys in my chat here, Saeed? Mate, this is embarrassing. It should be about 10-1. You're right. We have been awful. I know, mate. Listen. I'll call you after the watchalong. Take care, bro. Bye bye. Listen, I've never been trolled before by another YouTuber whilst we're playing. Tottenham trying to dribble it out from the back again. This time, Basuma does beat the press. Osman tracking back well. A tackle again from Sanchez. And I hate to say it, Sanchez is having a very good game, isn't he? Oh, wow. This is tough. This is tough. It's a tough night. We could say we're going to learn from this, but there's a lot of senior pros out there. Now, Tottenham, can they break? Here's James Maddison on the left, gives it to Basuma. Basuma plays it into Bentancur. Can Tottenham make something happen? This game interesting. Porro goes out wide to Kulu. Kulu's going to cut in on the left. He goes for the return pass, and he's out-muscled, and the referee has given a... well, Kulu's gone down holding his arm, has he? The ref's running over. Something's happened. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, right, yeah, the referee's gone over. Kulu looks really hurt here. It was was it a foul? I mean, it was a body check. It was, but look, Nice pulled one back. Nice pulled one back, by the way. So the Aka could be alive if Nice could grab a goal. We've got an emergency. Shall I do it? Emergency meeting. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't do it. We'll just do a show where, you know, maybe people can call in depending on which YouTubers want to join. Yunus should have a hat trick. Osman should have 5 or 6. I'll tell you what, this has been guys, forget 5 words at the moment. 65 minutes gone. What's the one word you're using? What's the one word you're using? I'm going to go with embarrassing. It's not that we're losing. It's that we're getting an absolute lesson in football. Like we're getting torn apart. Solanke is coming on and Sarr is coming on. Bergvall has gone off. So Bergvall has gone off and Sarr will go into midfield in his place. And Solanke is coming on for James Maddison. So Tottenham, we've thrown on a striker when 3-1 down and down to 10 men. I don't know. We'll see. At the moment, yeah, that's a good word. Schooled. We've been absolutely schooled. Simon Raff going with hilarious. I know you, Sports Simon. Big up. Long time no see, my man. Hope you're well. Well, we can say what we want. I think both of them are riddled with mistakes. Bergvall, yeah. No, bro, I'm not going to go back on. The chats, the abuse you get in the chat is just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. Spurs have given the ball away in midfield again and then nearly won it back through Solanke, but we didn't. And the ball's gone out wide to the left. Galatasaray just trying to run through us here. Most teams now would go to a 4-4-1, wouldn't they? Or a 4-5. Let's see if we do. Or if we keep trying to play it out the back. This time, Galatasaray have a poor pass. Karabag have taken the lead again against Bodo Glimt. Karabag could be in for their first win in this season's competition. And it's a handball. So it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur with 23 minutes to go. It's just so up and down supporting this football club. So when people ask me why I don't get excited and get on the train and this is why. Solanke won the header, but it dropped into the path of Davinson Sanchez. I'll tell you what, English teams having a mare in Europe this week other than Liverpool. English teams having an absolute mare. 3 of them lost in the Champions League. We're now losing here. If we had British teams, Rangers are 1-1. Chelsea are playing after this. I wouldn't say we're good friends, but yeah, we work together. I've never fallen out with Rance. Why'd you ask? I like Rance. He's a really good guy. Helped me a lot. Got nothing but good things to say about Rance. Spurs play the ball back to Fraser Forster. It's calmed down for a few minutes here now. It's calmed down for a few minutes here. And Nice have had a red card. So my Akka is completely gone. They're 2-1 down at home and now got a red card. Here is Kulusevski. No. So this is, you don't get away with that. We're allowed to critique. This is an awful performance, Swanix. And it's 3-2. We've got one back. We've actually pulled one back from nothing. The ball swept across. Solanke in the 6-yard box and completely unmarked. Spurs have pulled one back. But no, sorry, Swanix, we don't get to say karma. No. You can't play this badly ever. But we have pulled one back. And the Galatasaray fans, they're laughing. I don't know why. We pulled one back. Are Tottenham going to do the unthinkable? It was a good ball played down the line. He was onside. Yeah, he's onside. I am going to change the score, but it was Solanke with a little flick behind him. The ball was played a little bit behind him, played a little flick, nice little smart finish, and it's 3-2. And Tottenham are making this look a little bit more respectable. Is it game on? We'll see what's going to happen here. Can Tottenham do the unthinkable and put it back to 3-3? Or a Galatasaray going to put their foot on the gas again. So 3-2 for me makes the score look a lot more, makes the game look a lot closer than it has been. But goals are what win your games. So can we get another one? Bobby. Oh, for sure. If we manage to get a draw here or a win, yes, I am playing the lottery without a shadow of a doubt. We're all going to win the Euro Millions at the same time. Adam has said this is the worst performance I've seen since that final Lloris game. Yeah, it's been unacceptable in every single way. It's been unacceptable. I mean, I think we've conceded like 25 shots on our goal. It's madness. It's utter madness. It was a good goal, really. The ball played down the line by Kulu into Pedro Porro, and Solanke just ghosted in from nowhere. And the little flick, it was almost like the little Cruyff flick. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good, yeah. I love Rance. I like watching Rance's content. He was very good. He really helped me. And when I was down on about 2,500, 3,000, he really helped me get some subscribers and grow and taught me a lot about YouTube. So now, Tottenham, have we got it in us to come back? Galatasaray have got the ball, though. Galatasaray are going to drive forward. They're one-on-one again on the right-hand side. Barris is one-on-one with Archie Gray. He's taking him on, as Archie Gray does well this time. Archie Gray's won the ball and wins the free kick. Much better from Gray. And Gray's bringing the ball forward. The referee play... Oh God. You know when you say something nice about someone and then they immediately go and prove you wrong? He done really well. Gray, and then just gave the ball away. And Hakim Ziyech is coming on for Galatasaray. Hakim Ziyech is coming on for Galatasaray. Look, the positive for me at the moment is that we're not getting battered. How? I don't know. Proximo, stop. This is stop. Please go and watch another show. I get so it doesn't matter win, lose or draw. You're never allowed to critique Tottenham. It just gets really silly. It was always it was always going to be difficult, but not 25, 26 shots on goals difficult. Come on, man. Look, listen, fans like you need to learn to critique. I bet you praise, but you never critique. It's just silly. I'm an adult. I'll critique when I want to critique, all right? No one's going to tell me what to do. It's my channel. I'll critique what has been an utterly shambolic performance, yeah? A goal by Solanke does not change my mind on that, yeah? So I'm not sorry. I don't live in denial like other people. And, it was always going to be tough. Yeah, but not this. Not what we've seen here. It should have been a battle. It should have been we were really in the game, you know, but they have peppered our goal. Sorry, I'm not hearing it. Not hearing it. Swanix, I love you, man, but I'm not hearing it. Not hearing it. When Spurs win, everyone wants to come at me. When we lose, it's but don't worry about it. Come on, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. Okay, I give up. can never critique. No one, half our fan base can never, ever critique. Why can't we just say it's been shocking? Like, why can't we? Anyway, here is, I don't know who has got the ball. I don't know if they've given the ball away. Tottenham have got a chance to break here. And then we've given the ball away. Porro, that's disgusting. A terrible pass by Porro. And Galatasaray have got the ball again. They've played it down the line, in behind Gray. And Gray gets his foot in. Much better the last few minutes from Gray. Much better. He's had a terrible night, but that was much better. Now another cross from Sara into the box. And I tell you what, that was the definition. That was coolness personified by Basuma. Coolness personified by Basuma. Sorry, that light's just gone. Let's put that on charge. It's the other one that went yesterday. The cross came in, and instead of heading it clear, he brought the ball down on his chest and then dribbled it out. Coolness personified. But again, Porro again. Sometimes brilliant, other times like that, just such poor passing. So can Spurs break? Papasar is fouled by Davinson Sanchez. Davinson Sanchez. That's all that's missing from making this a terrible, terrible evening, isn't it? No, we had 3 young players play and 8 senior pros. Stop it, Proximo. This young player excuse can't be used. Ange wanted it young. He said he wanted it young. You learn by failing. I mean, I give up. Honestly, half our fan base, we don't deserve anything. We live in denial. We had 8 senior pros on the pitch. Right now, we've got 9 senior pros on the pitch. 9. The only youngster playing at the moment is Gray. It's madness. Here's a ball through, poor this time from Galatasaray. I agree. Bobby, I agree. I've said this. There's a ball over the top. Is Solanke onside? Is he onside? He's twisting, he's turning, he's still going. And defended well. I think the Galatasaray players waited for an offside that never came. He never came, and Solanke had the chance but didn't pull the trigger, and they got back at him. Here's Ziyech running through. He's played a through ball. This is going to be 4-2. It is 4-2, but the flag is up. The flag is up, and it's at the second or third offside goal that we've been saved. He was offside, Icardi. It looked offside. VAR will look at it. My first thought was offside. Let's have a look. Yes, he was offside. He went way too early. So Tottenham got the line right on that one. But again, living dangerously. Really, really living dangerously. I think the praise is as big as the critique. It's just people don't listen. But people like you never critique Swanex. Like, don't worry about it. It's our first loss. It's not about being a first loss. It's about the performance from a lot of senior pros, by the way. A lot of senior pros here. Madness. Galatasaray again, trying to bring the ball out from the back. Spurs have got lots of bodies forward. Can we get them back? I suppose it depends on how much Galatasaray want to drive forward with the ball. This time they got a bit slower, but Sara has left the ball to Ziyech. Ziyech has sprayed a wonderful pass out wide. And the 2 Galatasaray players didn't talk to each other, and one took it away from the other. But it's Galatasaray 3, Tottenham 2. The scoreline is the only thing that's respectable about this performance right now. The scoreline. 20. 20 from unforced errors. Wow. Is that true? Is that true? Mad. It's mad. So here's Dominic Solanke. Blocked off the ball this time by Davinson Sanchez. The ref's having none of it. Ziyech lays it back to Sara. Sara goes out wide. Yeah, they're cutting through us again here. And this time, Porro wins it. Does he know he's given it away? They're through on goal again. And the ball should have been 4 again. I mean, a number of times I said should have been 4, should have been 4, should have been 4. They've missed another gilt-edged chance. Another gilt-edged chance, Galatasaray. And I mean, I don't know how many chances they've had. I mean, my app is telling me 29. I mean, oh, wow. But again, most teams would sit in and make this a little bit tougher, wouldn't they? No, I'm not blaming the ref. What are we blaming the ref for? You sound like Arsenal fans now. It's madness. Brian has said he blames Ange. Look, it's not been good from the manager or the players today. Shot number 28 for Galatasaray. Listen, I'll tell you what. Someone up there is looking over us for the fact that we're not losing this 7 or 8-1, because this has been tough, really tough. It's as I say. I'm not saying Ange out or anything, but this is what I mean. When we win a game, everyone loses their minds. Like, oh my God, we're amazing. For me, we're just that. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. I've seen it all before. Seen all of this before. At the moment, Yunus is down, injured. Looks like he's going to be coming off. Can we scrape a point? I mean, it would be the ultimate smash and grab, and it would be the ultimate bottle, as people like to call it, from Galatasaray. Victor Osimhen is going off. He's had 5 attempts on target today, and he scored 2. 5 on target. Tony, I'm so bored of this question. I'm so bored of this. I said Ange out once about 8 weeks ago, and now it's all anybody asks me. I just want him to adapt in games like this. I think he's brilliant one week. He's crap the next. There is never a middle ground with this manager. There is never a middle ground. You can see yourself out, Edward. It's absolutely fine. No one needs you to be here. So a goal kick from Galatasaray. Saar. Well, I don't know what the rest given here. He's given a throw into Galatasaray. Sorry, I didn't know. Bobby has said this is Ange's fault, Sav, of 100%. After going 3-1 down, any manager would change it up. They've had 30 shots and could have scored at least 10. One of these games we will concede 15 and deserved. Yeah. See, but again, look at this is the mindset of Spurs fans now. It's his way or nothing. His way or nothing won't win trophies. You can't. You've got to be able to adapt. You've got to be able to adapt. You don't have to park the bus. This is why I don't get football fans like you. To be a bit more cautious, you don't have to park a bus. You've just got to be a little bit more pragmatic. Madness. Madness, our fans. Double S16, in the politest possible way, shut the F up about wake up, mate. That's the reason I'm not convinced by the manager, is because he won't adapt and is too stubborn. So what are you please? One more stupid comment from you. You're going. You've become an idiot in the last 3 days in this chat. Honestly, you just say dumb, stupid things. Go and watch an Arsenal channel. You're becoming a dickhead. I'm calling it out. Sorry, I don't suffer fools. You're becoming one. The Cardi is down this time. He's looked at his knee. He said, "No, I can't do any more." Yeah, it looks like Icardi needs the stretcher. So Icardi and Osimhen both going off in the space of 2 minutes. 82 minutes gone. I'm guessing there's going to be a fair bit of injury time. At the moment, the game 3-2. I mean, the scoreline is the only thing saving Spurs at the moment, because this has been one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen from a Tottenham team, ever. I think it's been absolutely shambolic. Hey, we'll see. Please smash the like button, people. We've only got 330 likes. We should have 400 easily by now. Please do smash that like button. And as I said, we will be going live at about 9 or 9:15 tonight. Listen, I don't do emergency streams. There's no, I don't understand them. I just do streams. Proximo, why adapt? Oh my God, stop. Please stop. I'm going to stop bringing up your comments. It's ridiculous. Why adapt? Every manager adapts. It's part of football. This guy, I'm getting rid of this guy. He's annoying me. He can go in a timeout. He's annoying me, that guy. He's annoying me. Tottenham driving down the right-hand side with Porro, and that sums up our game. It's hit his knee and bounced out for a corner. Look, I mean, listen, I thought we were poor against Ferencvaros. I thought we were crap against Alkmaar, but those teams we will beat easily because they're not very good. They're not very good. So here's Galatasaray. I don't know who they... Hang on, let's see who they bought on for. They're on the break again here, but they haven't got very many men forward, and Bentancur with a really good tackle back, and then we give the ball away. That's the story of Spurs in this game. We don't stop giving the ball away, and Spurs are committing a few fouls there, and it looks like Pedro Porro is going to get a telling off from the referee. So it actually looks like Bacardi stayed on, has he? Theo, mate, honestly, it's stupid. It's stupid. Honestly, look, this fan, I'm going to call it now. He's Australian. Proximo, are you Australian? I'm calling it now. You can't, do you see what I mean? Look how bad we've been, and it's showing great character. We've been bloody awful. They should have scored about 10, mate. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know what people watch. Batshuayi has come on for Icardi. Sorry, yeah, Batshuayi came on for Icardi. I don't know what people watch. I truly don't know what people watch. Here's Galatasaray on the left-hand side of the box. Basuma did really well to get back. For me, Basuma's shown some rays of light. Here's Kulu, loses the ball in midfield, and Galatasaray win it there. And here's Galatasaray again, this time down the left-hand side. And he's tried to whip a cross in and hit his own man. It's gone out for a goal kick. I know you're not allowed to say it. You're not allowed to say it. Tushi, this is what I mean. Real Spurs fans are honest, I think. So many now, though, are just Ange. Again, as I said, I'm not saying Ange out, but I'm not saying Ange out at all. I've not said that for 2 months, even though people cannot stop saying it to me. But this is... Listen, sorry, Bryce, I know, but you know what I mean. You've supported Spurs for ages. It's these new fans who I've never seen in my chat before Ange joined. And then since Ange has joined, like they can't critique anything. Spurs YouTubers are doing the same thing as well now. Spurs YouTubers, it's just like, I love Ange. It's like, cool, but what? Critique it. When it's not worked, say it's not worked. You say it. When it works, you say it. When it doesn't work, we're in denial. Nice have pulled one back, 2-2 with 10 men. Nice have pulled it back. Can Spurs follow Nice? See, the story at the moment will be, oh, Spurs got it back to 3-2 and showed grit and determination. The story should be, how are we not 10-1 down? 10-2 down, sorry. Here's Batshuayi. He goes back to the goalkeeper. He plays out to Davinson Sanchez, who had a really good game. Both. There's a ball over the top to Batshuayi. He takes it down on his chest and had 2 players there for company, and Spurs did well there. And now Archie Gray's got the ball on the left-hand side. Archie Gray, no. Oh, there's a player down in the box. Pedro Porro's down injured in the middle of the box. TB, how can you be 30 seconds ahead of me? I've got the game on live. Don't know how you can be 30 seconds ahead of me if you're talking to me. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, for me, I think if we come away with a 3-2, we've had a touch. This game should have been, over a long time ago. I think we've been very lucky. I'll call it as I see it, by the way. Is it 31 shots we face tonight? Is that right? Is that right, Jeff? YouTube has got the delay, right? Not me. I see. Yeah. YouTube has. YouTube. Yeah, 88 minutes gone. Pep never adapts. The great go away. You're being silly now. You're being silly. Go away. Pep never adapts. Have you seen how many times he's reinvented this Man City team? Pep never adapts. Please stop. You're embarrassing. Sorry. Am I the only one in the chat that thinks that? Pep never adapts. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Jesus. It hurts my head. Spurs fans hurt my head so much. Tottenham are on a break here. Basuma's running through, and Sanchez, who has been excellent today, took the ball off him again. Candy from a baby. And Galatasaray trying to go down on a counter-attack, but didn't, and have given away a free kick. Have they? No, the ref's played on. Here's Bentancur. Yeah, I'm going to. Jason, I'm going to. It's just got stupid. It's got absolutely stupid. Like saying Pep never adapts. Like it's just embarrassing. Embarrassing. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So Tottenham with a throw in on the right-hand side. The ball's thrown into Kulu. He hooks it in straight into the goalkeeper's arms. Bobby, absolutely, because we don't strive for better. We don't strive for better. We just have fans that just say things like, oh, we dug in today. And, Pep doesn't adapt. Pep, one of the greatest managers that's ever managed football, doesn't adapt. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, my good gosh. Davinson Sanchez is going to bring the ball forward again. Oh, Davinson Sanchez just on a Cruyff turn and mugged off Solanke. This is how you know it's bad. Sanchez this time with a long sweeping ball forward, but there was no one there this time. The number of minutes injury time, 7 minutes of injury time. 7 minutes of injury time. So here's the ball's going to be played out the back. Archie Gray has lost the ball again. Galatasaray going forward, and Batshuayi this time. Dragusin did well, and then Dragusin. Commentators curse again. Dragusin did really well, then lost it, then won it. He's been really good, hasn't he? He's been really good. Well, we've got Ipswich at home on Sunday. We'll batter them. And then it will be, oh my God, we're the best team in the world. Then we've got Man City away. So, I don't know, mate. Oh, I don't know. I'm at the stage where, listen, I love YouTube, but honestly, it can be really, really hard work listening to some of the nonsense that comes out. Absolutely. Here's Basuma again, has been my best player in a Spurs shirt today, bringing the ball forward, gives it to Kulu. Kulu whips the ball in and it's headed clear by Galatasaray. But here's Bentancur. Can Spurs snatch a last-minute draw here? No. Solanke this time tried to lay it off but didn't. And Galatasaray are going to bring the ball forward, are they? Luca Torreira this time loses the ball. Spurs have got the ball again. Here's Papa Sarr, who's tackled again. 3-2 with 5.5 minutes to go. Spurs give the ball away again. Our passing has been utterly horrendous. And it's a 2-on-2. Batshuayi is alone. I think this is Dries Mertens cutting through. Cuts through 2, then loses the ball. And then Spurs clear the ball and nearly give it away. But Kulu brings it out, gives it to Basuma. And Tottenham with 5 minutes of injury time left. Archie Gray lays it off 2 yards to Basuma. He pings the ball into Kulusevski. There's the ball played forward over the top. And Kulusevski oh my gosh. I thought he might have been in. Kulusevski played the ball. Wow. TB, if this is a lie, you're going to be blocked. If this is a lie, you're going to be blocked. Right, I don't do that silliness here. So please either take it back, let me know that you were joking, but please don't do it because it's not 3-3. Please, let's not be silly in the chat. Kulu, I mean, he was what, 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards out, just had to ping it goalwards and missed massively. Bentancur's upset about something. He's got a yellow card. Here's Galatasaray with the ball in the left-back area. They've lumped it forward. Batshuayi goes up to win the ball, but Ben Davies wins it, does well, then gives it away. The ball swept high and wide by Galatasaray, but they've given it away. Now Sar's giving it away. God, it's been a calamity here in this last minute from both teams. There's the ball through by Galatasaray. Batshuayi lays it off. Ziyech plays it through, but there's nobody there. And Spurs have 3 minutes to find a goal. Yeah, please, as I said, please don't do this. I don't like all this. It's silly. I don't know what I've got to do to get it to being a sensible place. And Papasar loses control of the ball and it goes out for a throw-in, and that kind of sums up Spurs' night. I mean, look, if we get a draw in the last 2 minutes here, great. We don't deserve it at all. But if we get it, we get it. But our passing tonight just been absolutely shambolic. So it's a throw-in to Galatasaray. They've gone long. We've won the ball. Bentancur now plays it out. Kulusevski is driving through with the ball. Kulusevski's played the ball over the top to Solanke. He's got Davinson Sanchez for company. Davinson Sanchez has done really well, and they double-teamed on Solanke. I'll tell you what they've done. He's done really well, Sanchez. And here's a 3-on-3 break for Galatasaray at the other end. Batshuayi. Dries Mertens has a dig. Is it Dries Mertens? Sorry, no, it's not Dries Mertens, is it? Was that Dries Mertens? Yeah, it might be Dries Mertens. No, sorry, Barris. With a shot from about 30 yards that flies wide. Wilson T. Go away. I saw you calling me a twat in my comments the other day. Go away, mate. You're an idiot as well. Sorry, go away. Yellow cards to Hakim Ziyech this time. So Spurs have got a minute and a half to rescue this. I don't know if have we got it in us. Yeah, sorry, it was Barris. Yeah. Sorry, it was Barris. By the way, I think we'll be absolutely fine against Ipswich at home. I think we'll be winning that one. Here's Bentancur trying to drive forward, lays it off. I mean, that summed up the game. That right there summed up the game. He gave it to Porro, and Porro, no one on him, just passed it out for a throw into Galatasaray. And this is going to go down for me as one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a Spurs side. I would say the only one for me who's been half decent has been Basuma. Other than that, I don't think we've been good at all. This time, Galatasaray make a mistake. Here's Kulusevski. Kulusevski wanted too much time, and Galatasaray are going to clear it. There are 40 seconds left. Can Tottenham get one last attack? There's a ball swept wide by Galatasaray. Papasar's going to try and bring it down, but by doing so, he's actually put it in the path of Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech plays it through to Galatasaray. A great tackle by Rodrigo Bentancur prevents it from being 4-2. No, not quite as bad, but I mean, let's be fair. This game should have been 6, 7, or 8, shouldn't it? So, listen, just glad they haven't finished their dinner. The 7 minutes injury time are now up. The Galatasaray fans have their lights on. And the referee, I think, is he blowing the whistle? He's got his whistle in his mouth. The referee has blown his whistle. And all I can say is thank the Lord, whoever the Lord is, in whichever way you believe. Thank the Lord that is over. Again, just so wide open. You can't be that wide open in football games. It is absolutely criminal how wide open we are. It's just absolute madness. Listen, let me know what you think, guys. 5 words for me. Piss poor from the beginning. I just thought it was awful from minute 1 all the way through to minute 97. I thought the passing was awful. The defending was awful. The goalkeeper, he did all the hard saves, but all the easy stuff he made look very difficult. People not going with runners, not doubling up on their men. I thought Porro was shocking. Archie Gray can't defend. Brennan Johnson and Maddison were awful. They got taken off. Bergvall was awful. For me, Tottenham didn't deserve anything, and sometimes you just got to hold your hands up. And I think we need to get to Sunday, and we've got to get to Sunday and not put this right. You know what I mean? I think we need to get the feel-good factor back with a win against Ipswich. But Spurs with win, lose. It's just mad. Away from home, surely you make yourself compact, hard to beat. You can't be doing this in away games. The red card for Lancashire, but Lancashire also got his first goal. So a real interesting night for that young lad. Look, he's going to learn from that. He is going to learn. I feel for him. He made a mistake. He didn't need to go and make the tackle. He did. But he did. I would say that all the people that are saying that 3-2 flatters us would be spot on. I would say that 3-2 flattered Tottenham. And listen, sometimes when you lose, you have to hold your hands up and say it. We were the worst team by a mile. We were terrible. I think that Ange got it wrong. I think the players got it wrong. I think it was another naive away performance where you're going to Galatasaray. Say to your team, keep it compact for 20 minutes. Keep it compact. Don't leave gaps in behind. We just don't do it. We don't do it. And all these people that keep saying things like, yeah, but it's Ange's way or no way. That's not going to win you tournaments. He's got to adapt in these away games, right? He's got to adapt in away games. And again, as I said, it's not that we lost. It was the performance. It was the performance that was dreadful. To be fair, somebody in there has said, yeah, if it had been 5-1, it would have flattered us. And I completely agree with you. Listen, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now. We move forward on to Ipswich Town. Listen, let's see, shall we? Let me stop that screen. Let me go full screen. Second, let me go full screen. There we go. Let me have a look. Where are we? Right, let's have a look at the Europa League table and see what that's done, shall we? So Tottenham Hotspur dropped down into 5th, which is, we're still in the top 8. But if we have a look, oh, sorry, I've just realised I've not brought it up on the screen. Sorry, guys. Present, share screen. There we go. If we have a look at the table there, I think you can see that. Let me just blow that up a tiny bit for you. Let's put that to 150, shall we? There we go. So if we blow that up. So as it stands, Galatasaray are top with 10 points from 4 games. Frankfurt also with 10 points from 4 games. Athletic Bilbao with 10 points. Did Athletic Bilbao come back and win then, did they? Hang on 1 second. So I've not seen all these. Athletic Bilbao, where were they? They were losing 1-0 and they pulled it back to win 2-1. So Athletic Bilbao, again, going away, tricky game. They got that over the line. Lazio are in 4th. Tottenham are in 5th. Anderlecht are in 5th. Then FCSB down in 7th. I love that. Ajax are in 8th. Rangers, Olympiacos, Bodo Glimt, Michelin, Lyon, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and Roma languishing in 16th at the moment, but only 2 points from the top 8. Let me know your thoughts, guys. On a serious note, where did it go wrong tonight? Was it the lineup? Was it the tactics? Was it the players? Is it this constant, the gaps that we leave in behind? Did 3-2 flatter us? Should it have been more? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. listen, I don't think we weren't ever going to sack Ange. We're not going to sack Ange. So let's not say that if we had lost 5 or 6-1, he would have gone. He really, really wouldn't have. But it is what it is. Guys and girls, what I am going to do, by the way, I've got a few super chats. I thought goals had 2 posts, says a user. What do you mean, a user? What do you mean by that? Big up, let me know when you say you thought goals had 2 posts. Thank you very much for the super chat. Mark Taylor, who's been a channel member for 3 months now, has said games like this shows the lack of quality we didn't buy in the transfer window. Yeah, of course. Of course, we said that, right? Look, we said that in the window when everyone was going, you know, how great Graham Bergvall are. I think, again, tonight it showed they're nowhere near first-team level. You know, by the way, I'm not blaming them. I thought Maddison, Johnson, Porro, Dragoshin, I thought they all had a nightmare. Sonny did absolutely nothing again. Cam Shanks, I think there was more than just the midfield, wasn't it, mate? I get you. Surely, I think it was more than just the midfield. I just thought it was a really tough day at the office for Tottenham Hotspur today. By the way, guys, please join me, right? I am going to just be positive. Yeah, just be positive. Yeah, sure, just be positive. I am going to do a show live at 9 so we can go and eat. We'll get some more comments in a bit later. We'll see if we can get a panel on and we'll take it from there. Everybody, I will see you at 9 o'clock, all right? Or 9:15. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.